person that can back that up is Lilith, because me and Gato weren't there.
No, she's talking about Shiloh.
I don't know the live that initially happened, because I've said this shit forever. I probably said it for months and months. Like, this is what you guys do. You guys like decide all of a sudden that what I say is unacceptable because you want to be fucking offended and attack.
Well, I'm not. Okay, we're not monologuing.
I'm not doing.
Bubbles, hold on. Para.
Wait, don't mute her. Did you guys mute her?
I'm fucking muting.
I haven't muted anybody.
Okay,
well,
like if I literally get muted one more time,
she's gonna like have a tantrum and run.
You guys can just obsess for days and days and days.
Martha,
like,
wait, but hold on, wait, guys, be quiet. Martha, you were sitting in a Discord shit talking me for days and days and days, and then you kept talking about me. I'm not done.
You and I had a conversation.
I'm not done.
In Discord.
I will mute you if you overtalk, Martha.
Thank you. Well, like I was saying, Martha, wait. And you kept going live about me and the situation for days on days on days, lying and saying me, Bubbles, said you condoned SA. When did we say that you ever said that?
She said, who keeps muting Martha? She's literally gonna leave if we keep muting her, so stop muting her.
That one was because she keeps over talking.
Okay, well she fucking just left, so awesome.
This is why I said I just want it to be 1v1.
Well,
not that you did anything, Bubbles. I'm saying that
anyway, because nobody here likes the shit she says.
I know that. I was just.
If it wasn't me, it was gonna be Ella. If it wasn't Ella, it was gonna be Nico. If it wasn't Nico, it was gonna be Mel. If it wasn't Mel.
Did Martha leave? Because I'm rejecting requests until I know that she's gone. Because
also, wait, Martha, no one's gonna come talk to you on your live because when Nate clocked your ass, you dropped him. When Wolf brought up that good point about whatever normalcy aspect you applied to CSA victims applies to child mutilation victims, and you dropped her. So no one's gonna come to your fucking live because you just dropped everyone.
And she's also talking about Shyler's live, the one that you guys were also on. And she said that on that live, I had said that I would rather be graped 1,000 times than ever transition, which is just not fucking true.
I don't remember if you did or didn't, to be fair.
Why would I say that? Why would I fucking say that?
No, I'm saying I can't validate her claim or disprove it because I don't have any clips. I don't think you would say it because of what you've been saying the last few days. So I don't believe her, but I'm saying.
I've been saying this shit from the jump. That's my thing. I've never frayed. The only thing that I've been defending her on, and she knows this, is the fact that people that she said that she would rather her kid get her.
I know. Okay, wait, but hold on. Wait, Meliora, you said Wolf wanted to send someone's grapist flowers. Yeah, Failer, which is Martha's mod, said he wanted someone's toddlers to get graped. So, like, yeah, Martha doesn't care. Martha said she does not care what people say outside of, like, whatever, as long as they quote unquote stand in solidarity with her. I have that clip if you guys want it.
And you know what? I'm gonna text Shyler and get this clip because I'm tired of all of you.
Martha, also, you're saying that you'll get the clip from Shyler, but Lilith never, like, if we're discussing Shyler's live, I was on the live with Shyler, and so was Gato, and Lilith never made that claim. The only thing that I can say is if it was said on the live previously where the only person that was there was Lilith, I can't say anything because I wasn't there. I don't think Lilith would say that, but what I'm saying is if we're discussing Shyler's live, she did not say that she'd rather be SA'd. She did not say that.
She said that she was talking about
I definitely could be mistaken, but that's what I heard. She was defending me, and it sounded like she said that. So I'd like to play that back. I was
defending the fact that people were misconstruing what you said. I was never fully on your back, and I never have been, because even in that original live where this fucking shit was said that I have originally been there for, I had said originally I would rather get 10 transitions than ever be trafficked ever again. Do you understand? And I know you don't. What being trafficked is like? No. You understand what it is like to have hundreds of men a day inside your 5-year-old body from the ages of 5 to 10? Do you know what that's like? No. And why the fuck do you think that anybody who has been through any similar circumstance would fucking want that?
I don't think I've never said anyone would want that. Like, this is the twisting that I'm talking about. Like, it's like I said a comparison you didn't like because I'm trying to prove the atrocity of just sexually attacking and destroying a child for good. And you guys took it in the most disingenuous, misunderstand deliberately way that you could possibly take it. and like just went off for days. Like I don't understand it. Like if you don't agree with it,
Martha,
that's fine.
you're the one who's been
Have
live
a
last few days
debate.
about it. What do you mean?
No, I have not.
Martha,
like,
I
literally,
have clips of you live
go
talking
ahead
about
and
this the
play
last
them
few
then,
days.
because I
Okay,
don't
wait, let me get my
obsess about you
iPad.
fucking
Let me get my
crazy
iPad.
people.
Let me get my
Also, go
iPad.
for it.
Hello? Did you not
Like
have the live yesterday
my lives
with
for
the
the last
back?
few days have been debates.
Hold on,
Today
guys.
I played a podcast. Like I don't fucking like you. Like if people want to talk about it, I'll just be like, yeah, they're obsessed. I talked about Echo's live, how he just like obsessed. It's like unbelievable the amount that you guys obsess with me. Like,
Okay,
it's just,
so
if you
on
don't
Monday,
like me,
on Monday you went
if
live
you
about
don't
it.
like me, Gatto, just
On
block
Tuesday,
me and
on
move
Tuesday
on.
you went live about it. Wait, hold on. I don't like you, Martha. You said the other
Well,
day
then
that
just
wait,
move
I'm not
on with
done.
your
I'm not
life.
done.
Wait, hold on.
Bro.
Respectfully, who the fuck keeps inviting people up here? If Martha is up here, it was only supposed to be me, Gato, and Martha up here, and I only had Lilith stay here because she's been here since the very first live. I don't know why everyone is letting up other people. Because then Martha's gonna leave, and I'm not trying to have that happen. So stop inviting people up here.
Also, like I was saying,
We had Lilith stay here because she's been here since. Because then Martha's gonna leave, and
you keep saying I've been talking about you repeatedly. No, you were talking about me in Discord to the point where I had, bro, let me finish talking. You were talking about me in Discord for consecutive days to the point I had to be invited.
No.
Martha,
Gatto, it was.
I
one
have the
day,
screenshots.
and I
It
didn't
wasn't.
even bring
It was.
up. Yeah, that was.
It wasn't one day.
That we were having a
No,
conversation.
no, it
And
wasn't.
you're like,
The day
let's
before
invite
that.
Gatto in.
Stop
And I'm
lying.
like, sure.
The day before that, you were like, Gato's an idiot. She's a little girl. She's a literal child. I have that one too. Stop lying. You want me to show that one too?
Sure.
Those are different days. All right, hold on. Let me get that.
Like I literally have not been like, let's talk about Gatto in Discord all day. Like mentioning.
I didn't say it was all day. I said that
the
it was multiple
unbelievable
days.
attack, like from you guys, sure,
said
but
it
like
was
I don't
multiple
sit there.
days.
I don't sit there and obsess the way you guys do. Like you guys went live after live after live. Did you like? Was the lives the whole
I've been in
time?
2 lives,
talking
Martha.
about you?
The
Like, you guys
fact that
met
you think that it
the
is obsession
hours of
is
your life?
fucking crazy because it's not obsession. You keep bringing
Then
it
why
up.
do you keep
I have
going
seen.
live
Well,
about me
I
for
wasn't done.
hours?
I don't think I was done.
I can't even. I don't even think I could like care about you guys enough to go live for you for.
Hold on, please. I wasn't
She
done.
was the last few days. What is she talking about?
The last few days you have had this backdrop word for word on your thing. So I don't want to hear you lying about you not having a live about this. Your background specifically said that child mutilation and transitioning was worse than CSA. Right or
Stop
wrong?
fucking muting me, you coward! You
Martha,
fucking
you keep-
sneaky
Martha,
little
You're
you
coward.
talking over people,
Martha, you
you
keep
dumb
talk-
fuck. Hello?
Yeah,
Stop
that's what I was
fucking
gonna
muting
say.
me one more fucking time. Like seriously.
No, the fact
I'll
that you
come
want to
back over and over
filibuster this
again.
entire fucking conversation
Stop
is not fucking
politicking.
happening.
Martha,
Let me
I know
speak for my fucking self.
you
I
think
know- hold on.
wait, hold on, Lilith. You think everyone else is a child? Why don't you act like an adult and let people talk?
Yeah, I haven't, but I'm the only one under attack here, you fucking narcissist.
Having
I
a
can speak for
discussion.
myself.
Wait, Martha, we're the narcissists when you say that you get dopamine hits from being on TikTok.
Hello?
When you're the one who say that that you want to stay longer for W Marthas, we're the narcissists when you're the one who does that shit. Oh, okay. Awkward.
Yeah, this is Blues Live. You're not gonna fucking control who says
Yes,
what and shit on here.
muting me, coward.
Yeah, and I'm a fucking mod here, bitch. I
So
will do
stop
what I want.
using.
Wait,
your
let her
fucking
respond to
power.
that. Let her respond to it.
power
Martha,
strong.
just respond, Martha. Just respond. Stop crying about it.
Well, is it okay if I do without being fucking muted every
Just
2
go.
seconds?
Yes, go.
Okay, all I'm saying is that if you guys don't like me, if you disagree with something, we can debate it, or you can block me and move on with your fucking lives. The point, like the fact that you guys are willing to go live about me like for hours, for days, it's obsessed. It's scary. It's fucked up. I don't understand. I was the constant, the twisting, the attacking, the taking everything out of context as much as you can, the like banding with the TRAs to try to like drag and like Bubbles messaging fucking Mickey being like, oh, I can't believe that you platform Martha. Like the attack. Like,
wait, Martha, hold on. That's not what the fuck I said.
Bro, did you guys mute her? Why?
Wait, hold on, I'm muting her because I haven't spoken this entire time.
Again.
Martha, I've only muted you this one time, and I haven't muted you at all. I'm only muting you because you're mischaracterizing what the fuck I said. I didn't say, oh my
I saw
god,
what
I
you
can't.
said.
Martha, I said I'm a little surprised that you paneled Martha because I thought you disagreed with what she said and didn't condone that. That's what I said. I didn't say, oh my god, I cannot believe you're paneling Martha. I didn't say that.
So you don't think
let's
it's
get-
manipulative to go? Can I speak? You don't think it's manipulative to go to Mickey and to be like pushing in that way and being like, I'm really
That's not
surprised that you
pushing.
paneled Martha.
No,
like,
no,
why
it's
are
just,
you
no, it's
thinking
just
you
a
have
question. It's just
why
a
are you
question.
thinking you have the right to decide who panels who?
Did I
like,
say
why
that?
are you going? Hold on. Why are you going on a cancellation campaign in the first place?
That's not cancel culture.
Like,
That's
have the fucking balls to come and talk to me.
Martha,
Why do you
I've
have
been
to
one of the
fucking
hold
try
on.
to
I've
get
been
me?
one of the main people stepping up to you, and you're telling me to have the
No,
balls
you
to talk
haven't.
to
The
you.
only time you step up to me is on a
sure.
bully panel. You don't have the fucking
Really?
balls to talk to
Because
me.
I was one of
You
the few
haven't
people
messaged me.
Martha,
You haven't asked for a
Martha,
one-on-one.
I was the first. Hold on.
Nothing.
I
All you do is
Martha,
go on into these
I
panels
messaged you.
with these bullies and these
Martha,
freaks who obsess.
Martha,
That's all you've
I
done.
messaged you the day that it happened before I believed anything. When the situation was first brought up, I messaged you and I said, "Did you actually say this?" Because I didn't want to believe that you said that. You never answered me.
Where did you message me?
Discord. I'll pull it up right now.
All right, let me check. Yeah, so you asked a really stupid question, like, would you rather a kid
That's
get
what.
P3
Okay,
than
but that's what
transition?
they said. Hold on, Martha. That was the initial claim that was said. That was the statement, not the CSA thing. That's why I was confused what the fuck that meant. So I asked you.
Yeah, well,
You don't say it's a stupid question just because I was trying to get the clarification.
that was
of what you
the
said.
twisting of it, though, and it was like I just saw
Okay, well,
when I saw that I was just
Martha,
like,
that's
fuck
why I
you.
wanted to know your side. What the fuck's wrong with that?
Okay, well, it was just like that, like, and I was just kind of like, fuck you when I saw that. So whatever.
I don't know why you're saying.
So you said fuck you because I wanted to ask a clarification and didn't want to
That's
immediately
not a
take sides.
clarification. That's the twisted version, being like, so you said that you'd rather kids get P3.
No,
like,
that's
what the
not what I
fuck, you
said. I
guys?
said no, Martha. I said, did you say this? I didn't say, oh my gosh, Martha, I can't believe you said that. I
Listen, have
asked the
you guys-
question. I said, did you say that?
Like, have you guys ever met me? Do you really think I'd
Oh
want
my
a
gosh,
kid to get
guys,
P3?
who keeps letting all these people up on the panel? This was supposed to be a 2v1 with me, Martha, and Gato.
I don't know.
Like, you know damn well I would never want anything bad to happen to a
Wait,
kid.
Martha,
Like, it's just-
I never made the claim that you said any condoning, that you support it. Nothing. Not once. I would pay you $200 if you can actually find that clip. $200.
Well, I've only been in a couple lives just to pop in to see the obsession and see if it keeps going and keeps going. But every time I've popped in, you're saying some pretty fucked up shit. Like,
I
think
joined it
Bubbles-
because you came in. Yes, I did. And
No,
wait,
there was
the
a
fucked
Bubbles
up
live.
shit. Hold
Let her
on.
finish that.
Wait, guys.
Let her finish that. You think Bubbles what?
There was a Bubbles live that Megan was like, yeah, and condoning CSA is wild. And then Gatto was saying a bunch of shit that was twisted and
What did I
lying. And I was
twist?
just sitting there-
Wait, hold on, Bubbles. What did I twist? Give me one example, please.
Well, I'd like that live sent to me because I only remember the
Okay,
Megan
then
thing,
one.
but I remember you saying like fucked up
I'm
shit
literally
too.
trying
And
to
I was
Wait,
just
hold
like,
on,
in
Bubbles.
here.
Wait, just wait. Then give me one example, Martha. Just one.
I don't remember exactly what you
So
said,
you're
but you've been
saying
dragging me
unfounded
along
shit.
on the
Everything
live.
I'm saying about you, I have clips and screenshots. You're just saying,
I
trust me,
don't
bro.
take
And you know what?
screenshots
I'm gonna
because-
double down on what Gato said. I will drop you a fucking universe right now if you can get me those clips before Shyler gives me the clips of his live that I just fucking asked for. After
Can I
hearing
just
it.
have it? Can I just have it?
I will give you a whole fucking universe if you can do that for me right now before he ends up sending me.
Again, like I don't know.
I'll have to wade through the live and get it, but that's what I heard. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought. That's what I fucking
I
thought.
already
Because the
said
second
that's what I heard, and I
The
could be
second I
wrong.
said that I was going to text Shyler to get this fucking information because I know you're fucking wrong, you're gonna double back and backpedal.
No, I said the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah, that's what I fucking
if
thought.
I'm wrong, that's what I heard. Because the entire time you were defending and you were
But you
saying,
stood so strong on your claim. You stood so strong. What happened now? What happened?
like, why do you have to be such an asshole when you're talking?
Because I am an asshole. The fuck?
Like, this is the problem. It's not even the disagreement. I'm so fine with us disagreeing. You can have your perspective, I can have mine. I can try to convince you of mine if you'd like me to. If not, that's fine. But it's the attack.
Nobody
It's the
wants to be convinced on why sexual
then
assault
don't.
is worse than transitioning. You're fucking
Okay, then
delusional.
why do you even want to talk about it with me? Like,
You're
what
the
fuck?
one that keeps bringing it up.
I don't
Martha.
because
And
you
I'm
came up.
sorry
I don't know.
that you have dementia and don't remember
God,
that you've
you're
held
such an
5 lives.
asshole.
Hello?
I came up just specifically because I
Okay,
wanted to have a
don't wanna
1v1.
talk to you.
Here
an
she
asshole.
goes. She's gonna run and like throw a tantrum.
That's why I'm saying that I'm just
You're being an asshole, Gatto. Do you see what I mean? Like, that's why I can't
No,
talk to you.
Martha, hold on, wait, Martha, I'm going to shit talk you once you started it. You
I don't shit talk you.
Okay, so if
I
I
don't care
if I
about
show the
you, Gatto.
screenshot, if I show the screenshot of you saying Gato's an idiotic little girl, and the clips of you saying that that there's some sort of hierarchy and that no, you don't understand why people listen to idiots like Dom and I, then what?
Okay, and then what about the other 1,000 things that shitty that you said about me, and I'm not allowed to have any low blows?
I said those things after you tried to
No,
call me an
don't
idiot.
even do the she started
Wait,
it bullshit,
Martha,
because that's not true at all.
I 100%.
You fucking attacked
Wait,
the
Martha.
shit out of me.
Wait,
with that
Martha.
one.
Martha, hold on. Stop muting her, please. Don't mute her. I'm not. I understand that she's interrupting. Just just let her go. I understand that that you started it. I know I said shit back.
I wasn't attacking you.
I'm talking about the Discord where you started calling me an idiot and a little girl, and that you don't know why people listen to Dom and I because we're idiots, blah blah blah. And hold on, I know that I said disgusting things to you. That was the point.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what the
if
fuck
you
do you
talk shit to
expect?
me- I'm not going to give an idiot who talks down to me respect. What the fuck do you think this is?
I'm not asking for total respect, but it's the nonstop barrage of attack and obsession and try to cancel and try to get everybody to
Martha.
never platform me again and
Martha.
and like the nonstop hours and hours of lives. Like you guys are fucked.
Martha,
Like I don't understand
cannot.
it.
Martha, I know in the hearts of my hearts, I will never be able to get anyone to cancel you because no one even canceled Shanta, the raging transphobe and homophobe. And you know what? They're
I'm
not
not
gonna.
even sort of like Shanta. Come on.
Okay, do you want me to pull up your homophobic
Twitter
tweets?
post.
Do you want me to pull up your tweets?
Yeah, do you
Yeah,
even
go
remember
ahead.
posting
We can
any
talk
of the
about
shit
my
that you
tweets
fucking post
again.
on
We
Twitter?
can
Bubbles,
go over my
Bubbles,
tweets
do
every
you mind
3
pulling
months
them
if you
up?
like.
Bubbles, give the fucking tweet.
the thing I more so want to know is why Shyler is live saying that me and Gato and everybody else was calling Charlie and Summer homophobic and that we called
Charlie?
white supremacists.
Charlie?
When was Charlie homophobic?
Well, I don't know, but
Summer.
I'm getting Discord saying that we called Summer a white supremacist and that we called Charlie and Summer homophobic. Like, what are you?
I don't think that Charlie has even spoken on gay people once in her life, and I've never heard of Summer speak on any race once in her life, so that's
That's
weird.
why I want Shyler in here. 'Cause
But-
why the fuck is he telling people that when nobody said anything close to that?
Is
Now,
that
see,
like a
this
clip,
is the bullshit
or that's
and
just people
you know
saying
what?
that?
No. Because this is the bullshit that neither of you were here for earlier. Whenever Shyler came in here, placating us and being all kiki and friendly with fucking us, saying that he was gonna go call Martha out, and then he goes and sits on Martha's fucking panel for 30 fucking minutes, being best friends and kiki with her and sucking her pussy, and then boom, he's back
Who
in
is
here
that?
telling us about all the bullshit that Martha just said, and now he's live.
There you go,
Whoa,
Brown,
whoa, whoa,
saying
whoa.
that.
What the fuck did I do?
So hold on, everyone stop talking. I'm getting messages from people, I'm not naming names, that are saying that you were live telling Martha and Charlie that we called them homophobic and then called Summer a white supremacist.
No.
Okay, so what
I
did you
said
say
no.
He's live.
No.
Okay, so what
I
did you
said
say
no. That's not what I said. What I said was that, hey, Martha, and I'll play I'll play the clip for y'all. But what I was told was, hey, Martha, they're telling me that you're a homophobe and blah, blah, blah. And Martha told me, like, no, that's not what I said. This is actually what I said. And then Martha clarified for me. And then I was asking, okay, well, that's fine, but we have other things to address. And she said, okay, well, how is it? But yeah, you're trying to ask XYZ person about this. And I was like, well, this is what I want to ask. And I just want to know what's going on because
Oh, yeah,
for
I
some
was
of the
on that
things
live.
I was not there for. That's it.
Oh yeah, I was there on that live.
Yeah, that's why I tried to
Well,
come.
my bad, but Martha
But I
pissing me
can-
the fuck off.
I can just clarify about the homophobic thing. So if you want to know exactly from me rather than just listing everything I say from tweets. So I don't care if people are gay. I talked about misogyny within the gay community. I didn't say you guys. I can't believe you even twisted it like this.
Wait,
but I'm saying
I'm not
that
tweeting.
because-
I'm not.
No,
twisting
she
anything.
did say that.
Wait,
No,
I'm
No,
not.
she did
I'm
say
I'm
that.
not.
She was like,
Hold on,
no.
I'm not twisting. Hold on. Can someone please? I don't have camera
I finish?
access on this account. Can someone please pull up the tweet where she says gay men are the most misogynistic men? Can someone please pull
some
it up?
of the most, not
No,
the
you
most.
said the most misogynistic. So someone
I
please pull
said
it up.
some of the most.
Well, there's
And
multiple
also,
tweets. So.
Shyler, I need you to do me a favor and get me a clip because Martha is saying that on your live I said I'd rather be SA'd 10,000 times than ever be transitioned. So I know that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I have no dog in this
Well,
fight.
is
but
Martha
hold on,
here?
wait, Shyler.
She's
Yeah,
right
she's
there.
Where
above
is
you.
she?
She's above
I'm
you.
right here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
So Martha said that transitioning is worse because you can't go back from it, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, not that you can't
No,
go
no,
back
no,
from
not
SA
that.
either.
Hold
But
on,
what I'm
I'm
talking
sorry.
about is the irreparable damage is permanent. Like there's no trauma relief. There's no like ever having a semblance of a normal body or normal life. Like whereas you can like there is a possibility of healing from SA.
Okay, so
But anyway,
well, let me address that
as far
really
as the
quick.
gay things,
Let me address her point on that. Her definition of normal was like being able to have a family and have a partner, blah blah blah. All of that stuff still
You know, like what most people
I'm
want.
not done. I'm not done. All of that stuff applies to child mutilation victims. All of that does.
Yeah, child mutilation's horrible.
Okay,
Like,
so I'm talking about the transition mutilation. I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about like the medical mutilation part. That also applies to that. So
Right.
under even your worldview of normal, that makes them equal.
Right, because the
What?
only
That's what I'm
way...
saying.
Lilith,
Hold
please.
on. No.
It's the child mutilation that does that. What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying.
But you don't even understand yourself the facts that go along with this because I
Dude,
have said,
stop being an
no,
asshole.
because we're not doing this. You have mischaracterized transitioning. The biggest point.
Power hungry coward.
I will keep muting you. I don't care.
Lilith, respectfully, please, because she's
Go
going to
out
run.
of this conversation. Like,
She's
what is the
going to
point in
run.
having? So, like, if you have one person that you're all attacking and then you keep muting them, it's not a good look.
I'm not.
Like,
I wanted to have a 1v1
I'm not
with
talking
you.
about you, Gatto.
And
Lilith
I'm
is
not
power
allowing
tripping.
somebody to overtalk on blues.
Okay, well, power trip somewhere else for 5 minutes and let us have a
If
conversation.
you
about
would
it.
allow me to say a goddamn word, then maybe
Yeah, you
we
said a
would.
lot of goddamn words and you keep power tripping with your mute
Martha,
button.
I swear to God, let me speak. That's what I thought.
Okay, I'll
Whenever
just stay
people-
quiet while you
when-
fucking.
Oh my God. Whenever people transition, I will talk over you at this point. I don't care. When people transition, the only way that you are going to lose that sexual function is if you take hormone blockers or if you get the actual surgery. So even people that only take the hormone regression therapy and the other like social transitioning things will still have a family. I have.
Are you trying to minimize it, or what's happening here? You're trying to minimize taking children's healthy development and interfering
Are
with
you
it, putting them on
fucking
wrong
serious,
sets of
Martha?
hormones.
Hold on, Lilith. Hold on, Martha. This is why when you said saying W Gato's like gender ideology, people twisted it right back around on you because you saying, "Oh, CSA victims can have a normal family." That means it's also minimizing it. You dumb fuck. You don't realize
Why
what
did
you
you
said.
why did you add the
Wait,
dumb
hold on,
fuck?
guys.
Like,
I'm
why
going
can't
to
you just
drop-
have a conversation?
Hold on. All the comments.
Same reason why you call me an idiot. And
Wait, hold on,
you
Gato.
can't
Well,
have a
that's because
conversation.
you act like
Hey,
this. That's why
Gato,
I call you
Martha,
an
wait a
idiot.
second. Both of you
Okay,
stop.
cool.
I'm going to drop everyone except for Gato, just because everyone in the comments
you,
wants a
dropping
1v1.
Drop
Well,
Lilith, 'cause she can't have a fucking
I'm gonna stay
conversation.
on mute, but I'm staying right here.
okay, well, I'm just saying what all the comments want, so I'm gonna,
Right here.
okay, well, congrats.
Listen to my iPad. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So I don't think it's minimizing CSA, and I think you guys are minimizing sexual destruction of children. Like that's where we're getting our wires crossed here. Like you think for some reason me comparing them and saying the only, and like I said this a billion times, the only reason I see it as worse is because the impact and the irreparable damage of taking children's sex organs away from them, attacking them plus destroying them sexually, it's meant to be provocative. It's meant to go, hey, you guys are bad. You guys, our society's against P3. How the fuck are we against P3 where kids can't consent to sex and sex attack, but we're for, or it's controversial, sexual destruction of a child? That is, there's no therapy, there's no trauma relief, there's nothing that you can do to ever give a child back their healthy whole body when you've taken their fucking body parts off of them and destroyed them and castrated them, when you've interfered with their healthy development, which God knows what that does to their entire health, when you've put them on wrong sex hormones and has destroyed their endocrine system and taken away the possibility of fertility, or even the possibility of ever having an orgasm and connecting with your partner and having a sexual, like, sex life with your partner, which is going to erode your ability to ever have a relationship. What they're taking away from kids is so monumental. And I don't understand how pointing out the monumentalness of this and comparing it to something as monumental and saying the only reason why it's worse is this sets you guys on like a 3-day tirade of cancellation, insults, and insanity and obsession, when you can just be like, hey, I disagree with that. Here's why. I think that that's minimizing CSA. Here's why I think that. And I could go, well, I don't think I am minimizing that, because here's how monumentally destructive this is to children, etc.
Well, I think this is where you, hold on, Bubbles.
Attack.
I think this is where you seem to forget that I have also been through a transition. And again, I would rather have 1,000 transitions than ever be S8 again. And this is the thing that we keep getting on you about. You will
still have a conversation with me, Lilith. I'm happy to hear it.
That's the thing. We have tried to have a conversation.
No, you've attacked and had obsessive lives over and over again.
I'm not going to let you talk over me. You are going to be quiet while I am speaking. I'm not going to mute you because that would just prove you right. But I will overtalk you.
Can you just
when you went into the live, you were doubling down, and we were trying to tell you that we didn't like it, and we were trying to have that conversation with you about it, and it didn't go the correct way because you wouldn't listen.
I think I was listening, but we were having a discussion. I don't like. I know you think capitulation. Hold on. I know you think capitulation is the only option, but I don't work that way. If I feel strongly about something and I'm convinced about something in my own self, I'm not just going to capitulate because you decided what I said is not what you liked. Like, there was no genuineness to the conversation. It was just attack and like, oh, that's disgusting. And it was like a value judgment. It was a moral thing. It was just like, I'm just bad. I'm like a bad person. I condone CSA. I think kids should get hurt. Like, what? You guys are fucking lunatics. Like, calm down for a minute, come back and be like, hey, Martha, I really kind of feel like we didn't really understand each other here. And the whole time, Lilith, in that Shiler live, you had my fucking back. You actually didn't turn on me the entire time. It wasn't until
I have
later.
told you this once, and I will
Can
tell
I
you
finish my
a
sentence?
No, because you are lying on. Hold on.
It was not
Hold
until
on,
later.
Alex.
We have a lot talking.
No. And stop interrupting each other. You don't want Martha to interrupt you. Don't interrupt her, okay? Like
I will
chill.
interrupt when she's lying.
I didn't lie.
Okay, but like I understand, but please let her finish a sentence.
Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we listen back to
saying
Shiler's
maybe
live?
a lie to her, and that's why she may be interrupting, but you mute her when she interrupts you.
Why don't we do this? Get Shiler's live, because it was probably like only like a 15-minute thing. Because I was just going swimming and I was in the.
Oh, thank you. Somebody muted her. Somebody got her out. Thank God.
Bro.
Wasn't me.
I mean, like, what the fuck
He's
happened?
who just did? Who
I literally was on. I wasn't even on the app. So
did
that
that?
wasn't me.
I was
Who did that?
responding to
I was not
Karen.
on the app either. I was getting the receipts. Who the fuck dropped her?
Oh, someone reported her. That's why.
Oh,
Oh my god.
She has other accounts.
as they should have.
Okay, well, I guess she got reported.
Oh my god.
Nobody
I don't know
dropped.
why you guys are reporting.
Hold
that.
on, just
I
to
mean,
make this clear, no, Lilith did not drop her. Martha said in the comments that she was reported.
Yeah, can you fucking read? Can you read, Karen, please?
So nobody dropped her.
or she dropped because now she's saying maybe we can have a conversation in Discord.
I think she's
Yeah,
just
you're
saying that
fucking
because
right.
I think she's just saying that because she's banana.
She has other accounts.
Yeah, Martha, can you come back on another account?
No, she's gonna run. She did this to Nate too. I hope you guys know that.
To be fair, she did say that she wanted to do a 1v1 with Gato, so I don't know. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure.
I mean, unfortunately,
Bro,
this isn't live.
we tried to 3v3 her in Discord, and then she ran and started telling people that we dogpiled her. She doesn't like actually want to have these conversations. When you bring up the fact that CSA victims have higher unaliving rates than child mutilation victims, she just throws a fit and says, "Are you condoning it now?"
Yeah,
Fucking
exactly.
stupid.
Like, she's throwing a fucking tantrum right now, and it's because, I mean, mostly because she's banned. But holy shit, like, be so fucking for real.
I mean, we could do this in a Discord if she wants to.
Well, I asked her who she wanted to Discord with specifically. Who's lying now? Bro.
Martha, there was literally like 3 different people telling us, why did you run her out of the server? Blah, blah, blah. And you were complaining there. Like, what do you mean we're lying?
And also, I don't know how I could be lying about the whole like SA thing and me defending her. I've always been upfront with the fact that I did defend her when people were mischaracterizing what she said and saying that she said that she would rather her own child get SA'd, which was never what she said. Implying it, yeah, that's one thing. But it never directly came out of her mouth. And that is very straightforward and consistent about. However,
Sorry, I didn't know you were going to go ahead.
I was going to say, never once have I said that I would rather be SA'd. Never once. I have always been abhorrent to that whole thing.
And Martha never said she condoned it. She never said she condoned either.
Correct.
She was talking about when someone brought this comparison to her, she furthered it and said it's an analogy and that child mutilation is worse. And then she doubled down for the next few days, explaining why. But even by her own logic, which I have clipped, I could show, her requirements were to be able to have a family, to have some semblance of an S life, and I think that those were the only 2. Oh yeah, no, have a job and quote unquote have some sort of normal mental health. All of those apply to mutilation victims as well. So by her own logic.
Does she think that I not have a fucking does she know I have a kid? Does she know that I'm like sort of
To be fair, under her worldview of child transitioning, the one she's talking about is the absolute one. She's not talking about people who recover. She's talking about the absolute one.
I was gonna say, Alex Ruby wants to come up, I guess.
Okay, then.
Oh, with Martha happening, Gato? Like, what do you want to do?
I mean, she can DM me if she wants. I don't know if she has my Discord.
Well, I have both of your guys' Discord, but are you logged into your other one, or are you only logged into your private?
I can log into my other one.
Okay. Well, I can make a group chat if you want.
That's fine.
Right.
We don't have you to the group chat, no. Oh, Blue's back.
Yeah.
Logged into your private. I can make a group chat if you want. Oh, Blue's back.
Any of my mods, and she didn't get reported. She left on her own.
Oh, period. So she's lying, right? So she's a fucking liar.
Because if she got reported, I would have got a notification. I was sleeping, but one of my mods who has my personal information, they let me know what was going on, and I was paying attention for a good minute. I did not get any violation. She dropped. It says guest had gone offline.
Oh, and what was I saying about she's a pathological fucking liar and she believes her own lies?
And
yeah, see?
Before she says anything to me, I don't lie. I have no reason to lie on you listing.
Right, because, right.
If you got a violation for misinformation, my live would have been flagged. My live was not flagged, ma'am. And I was watching you talk, like, for, like, the past,
Martha said that her violation says misinformation.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna kick
And even if you did get blocked and for whatever reason it didn't even show me, you have 15 million accounts. Come back up on one. Why do you want to go skedaddle to Discord?
When she knows if anybody's part of that call, that
she's afraid. She's afraid of everyone seeing her true colors. That's why.
They're gonna record it. That's why oh my god, it's like she's
I would like to clarify. She still holds her belief about the G men, like most P3s being G men, because she actually was in the DMs with someone trying to debate this, and she sent a source, and the source that was talking about it's not even talking about P3 in its actuality, and also the fact, like, even under the way that the source views P3. This wouldn't apply to, like, the victims. So it's just, I don't know. She's funny. She's deluded. She's just homophobic. She's just transphobic. And I wish she would come up on another account because I wanted to ask her why she said all TRAs are P3s or P3 apologists.
Martha just ran. Bye.
Also, I find it so funny.
Run, she's still here.
I find it so funny that the person in the comments rocks is saying that drama is my full-time job. But it's funny as fuck because you all are the same. There's 107 people in this motherfucker, and there's 7 people on the panel, and yet you're only saying that drama is my full life, when all of you guys are always involved in the same bullshit, whether it be on panel or in the fucking comments. Suck my fucking nutsack.
And I like how she was caught lying, and people still believe her.
I was sleeping when I heard her talk a little bit because I can still hear her in my sleep. Did she say that that you have no chance of regaining any sexual function when you've transitioned as a child, right? But you can regain sexual function after you've been essayed as a child. Is that what I heard her say?
That's what she's been talking about the last few days. She says that with proper therapy you can blah blah blah. And the CSA thing she's talking about is the one where it's before a certain stage of puberty. If you do get transitioned, you lose the ability to develop any sort of sexual function, like reaching an O and you're sterilized. So that's what she was trying to compare it to, and she was saying, but that CSA is not as bad because you can.
Right, and she said that of her own fruition on this panel, correct?
And she
Said it
also
here the last few days.
Right. So I need to make myself very clear. So that woman came up here and said that on my panel. Clear as day.
Yes,
So
clear as
the
day.
people I see supporting her, that's what you support and that's what you co-sign. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. You're weird. And I promise you, people take child abuse very seriously. And people take people who say weird ass shit like this seriously. That is weird.
And Martha was trying to
support that.
Martha was trying to say
do
that
y'all think that you're more of a GC if you support Martha? No, you look weird because she said weird shit about kids. What are we talking about? I worked on one case. The 6-year-old girl was teared, 4th degree tear from her parts all the way back to her derriere. Okay.
And Blue, she
her
tried to say,
insides were turned to mush. They had to take it out. So please tell me how that child is going to regain sexual function.
she just tried
Again, diminishing essay of children to push an ideology, and y'all think that that's right? Y'all think that that's protecting women's rights? You're weird as fuck. You're weird.
She just tried to say that I said on Shyler's live that I'd rather be sexually assaulted 1,000 times rather than transition.
She turned off her guest access because she had it, but now it's gone now.
Well, also,
Yeah, because she didn't get banned. She left.
well, I'm being
Because
told
I
as
saw
well-
it with my 2 blood clot eyes. I'm deaf, not blind, ho.
Someone's Martha messaged me saying that she was muted. I don't know who muted her, but someone told me, or she told me that she was muted.
Well, she can stay muted until she comes
Isn't
back.
she in the request right now?
I said that already. I said that
You may
already.
let me-
Hold
That's somebody
on
else.
one second. I said that if she wants to come up here and wants to keep talking shit in the comments and doesn't want to come up because she said her appeal went through, then she can stay fucking muted until she comes back up here. Because I'm not dealing with this shit. People were getting mad at me when she was interrupting and I was muting her. That's not how this live works.
I'd
Say
like
really
to hear.
quick-
I'd like to hear from Beats.
Wait, hold on, just really quick. I don't care about the just prolonging it, like Martha said. If she wants to debate me, she has till Sunday. Then I'm dropping the shit because she can go fuck herself. She's a transphobe and homophobe. People are gonna follow her no matter what. People kept following Shanta until not even because of the homophobia and transphobia that they stopped. So no one's gonna stop following her. She's just gonna keep doing what she does. Yeah, anyone who does follow her and who supports her transphobia and homophobia, like I said, fuck you. I don't care. Yeah, that might be immature. You guys might be blah blah blah. I don't care anymore.
Block me now.
Megan said that she has something important to say. So
All right, guys, bye.
Oh,
Bye, Gato. Love
Gato.
you. I'm trying to invite Megan.
Yeah, I want to let up Kay afterwards, though.
Oh.
Okay, what's up, Megan?
I told Bubbles about this, but Shyler was saying he was twisting things on his live, and I'm
Oh,
so
I already told them about that.
Yeah. Why would they do that? Nobody said anything like that.
I don't know.
I already confronted him earlier and said that he was fake, so I'm not shocked.
Can I stay up or do I need to drop?
I don't care.
Oh,
You're fine.
okay. I'm back now.
I want to know Beats' opinion. You said W Martha.
Bro, what?
No, I'm asking Beats.
Why did she say?
Well, Beats has been up here and has been mute the entire time and hasn't said anything. So I just want her opinion on what's going on.
I don't think she talks on panels.
Oh.
Oh. Hi, Beats.
Hi.
I want Kay to come up.
You want Kay to come up?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want me to drop her?
Beats hasn't talked this entire time, so if they're not gonna.
No, you're not dropping, Megan. Beats, you have a mouth, so go ahead and speak.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying drop. I was just saying if she wanted to drop.
Because I've heard you speak before.
What's up, Beats? I love you. What's up?
Thank you.
What's your opinion on the whole Martha thing? Have you even been live the last few days?
She does go, yes.
They're gonna get dropped in a few seconds.
Why she talks a lot on her lives. Why is she like mute
Well,
mouth?
Can I speak now? Thank you. I've been on this live before about what Martha did. I went to Shiloh's live. I am now back. Everyone keeps talking bad about Martha. I'm not really understanding what Martha did or said that's wrong for you to not like her. Like, give me a reason. Like, I'll probably wait. I will probably agree with you that what she did or said was completely wrong. I just need to know the full story.
Have you watched any of this live?
Hold on one second. She went on a live me and her were on a live. I believe it was Gazers. I don't actually remember who it was, but I believe it was Gazers or one of the other female GCs. And she goes, or the TRA on the panel goes, CSA is worse than than child transitioning. Like, child transitioning doesn't have as many bad and adverse effects as CSA. And Martha said, if anything, it's just as bad, if not worse, than CSA, because there's a permanent bodily mutification going on, and it's incurable and stuff like that. And then it was brought up again on Shyler's live, and like, we were trying to tell her, like, other people were trying to tell her that.
Let Mary go after you're done rolling.
Yeah. The what's it? The comparison? I almost said conversation. The comparison shouldn't have been made in general. And that was one of the other lives that she had where it said destroying children sexually is worse than Smex's attack. Changed my mind. And what she was saying was that child transitioning on Shyler's live was worse than child sexual assault, and she just kept doubling down.
Someone
After
drop
people were
Megan.
saying, no, I don't think so. But she was trying to say that, double down rather. Double down, and she kept talking about it and doubling down. I left at some point, but from what I was told, she had ended up saying that she wasn't going to be on on TikTok anymore, and then she left the live and dropped. And then the next day, she sent a paragraph in a Discord server. I'm pretty sure it was Muppet and Karen's, saying that she was never going to go live ever again, and like to say their goodbyes and all this other shit. Bubbles called her out for like being like, you're making it actively fucking worse for yourself. You really need to fucking stop. And Martha was going at her, Dom, and Gato in the Discord server as well. And then ever since, she's had stupid lives up like that, being like child transition or sexually destroying children is worse than Smex's attack. Prove me wrong. And it's just been constant. She's not listening to anybody.
What? Say that again. What did she compare it to?
Child sexual assault.
To
transitioning when you're a child. And if you know me, I'm a detransitioner. Like I will say a million. Oh, and she also said that she would rather get raped
She
10
said,
times than have
oh,
a
I
transition.
call up that part. She said that she would rather get great or transition.
No, she said
She
she'd rather get raped than transition,
Yeah.
and I said I'd rather transition than
Yeah.
get raped.
Okay, I got that part. But which part does she support? That CSA?
Child sexual assault.
She thinks that's better, worse? I'm like, what?
She thinks that, well, when you put when worse is used, right? When worse is used, you are implying that the other thing that you are comparing it to is somehow better, right? We all have that notion in comparison to the English language. When you were using the word worse, you are saying that that thing that you are comparing the worser thing to is better. So that's what basically she was saying. And I've always said that.
Can we let Mary talk? The definition on her live literally proves it. But yeah, Mary can talk.
Mary, what's up?
You know, I have been on this app for probably like 4.5 years, 5 years almost. And I have heard a lot of disgusting and vile things said. Or 5 years almost. And I have, as a former SA advocate and an SA victim myself, what Martha said was probably the most disgusting, dehumanizing thing I have ever heard another human being say. It was absolutely vile and disgusting. And for this supposed warrior of women to say that, that is not a warrior of women. That is someone that tears women down and children down. I don't know how anybody who supports her can continue to support this vile human being. I'm sorry, she is transphobic, hateful, bigoted, and just an all-around horrible human being. She has also said horrible things to transgender parents, saying that those parents should be arrested and that CPS be called on these parents. I don't know where her hatred comes from or where her bigotry or transphobia comes from, but this shit has got to stop. I am sorry. I am a 50-year-old woman and I hopefully have a little bit of wisdom and experience in this life, but I am damn sure going to be a good human being. And she is absolutely a horrible human being. And anybody that continues to support this person on this app, unfollow me if you're following me, block me. I literally don't give a shit. I don't want her, anybody that supports what she is saying, to follow me. She is a horrible person. I don't know how anybody on this panel can think or condone what she said is okay.
Mary, nobody on the panel is condoning her. If anything,
No,
we're
I
all
hope
against
not. That's
we're
all I'm saying. I
Wait.
hope they don't.
Wait, Scotty, can you move the tap to 70K so I can gift this woman?
And also, Kay, what's up? What did you have to say, babe? Because I want to
about what she said about blackface, how blackface is less dangerous, how blackface is, her and Manimal have said stuff about woman face being more dangerous than blackface, and pulled the screenshot.
That's why you someone maximized my screen. I have it pulled up on the screen.
I also they've made this banter.
Can you put it in big?
It won't maximize.
I don't know, because even if we make it the biggest it can go, it will cut off. Like,
wait, hold on.
half of that.
Charlie is saying that she has said that, and she wants to be brought up, and Charlie I wants to come up. So does someone want to drop?
Why? Why does Charlie want to come up?
Charlie said, "I have also said that. Let me up then."
Oh my god.
So does someone want to drop for her? And Charlie,
I want to come up.
Charlie said, I have also said that.
Panel with Charlie, you can drop me. I'm not gonna put on a panel
still
with her.
trying.
You can drop me.
I'm still trying to pinpoint something so bad that.
Dad, I was hoping that she would leave because I don't feel it's fair. We could talk about matter till the cows come home, but I don't think we should be platforming women like Mary, who advocate against women every single day on this app, who advocate for children to be a part of a cult, who advocate for women and girls to lose our sex-based rights just because people have bad feelings about it. Fine. But do not, I find it is bad practice to bring up people like Mary. Literally. That's like
wait, Charlie, wait, hold on. To be fair, I don't think anybody on this panel knows who the fuck Mary is.
No, I do.
I've seen Mary.
I've never met this lady in my life.
I know who she is. That's why she said I can't platform. Nobody should be platforming that old bitch. I'm very serious.
Yeah, no.
You have never seen me angry.
Charlie,
Nobody has ever seen me angry besides with Brock and Echo. But you
I've
see
seen you angry.
that woman, she literally every single day she wakes up and breathes. She advocates against women's sex-based rights.
Okay, so
yeah,
Charlie, what is
I don't know who that person
Charlie, what is your opinion with the whole Martha thing then?
So I have no opinion because I don't want to discuss it. What I wanted to come up and talk about was the blackface thing.
I didn't even get to finish
I
my
have
statement.
made that argument before. I don't want to, it's not a topic I want to discuss. But when it comes about blackface, sexism is so filled in society that it is okay to treat women and girls like less than human, dehumanize. So you cannot see the analogy between a blackface and what men are doing in society and calling themselves women. It is analogous.
Charlie, do you know the
If
history?
anybody else mad about that, talk to me about that.
Charlie, do you know the history of blackface?
I do. Do you?
Absolutely, I do.
All right, Kate. So can you tell me how it's not analogous?
So I'll get into the history of blackface first.
No, can you tell me how it's not analogous?
Well, I think that if you think that dressing up feminine and like what drag queens do or whatever, it's like what we see in this photo right here is synonymous to minstrelsy and blackface, which are still happening to this day. It is just reducing women down to their features and such. I didn't want to come up here to have this conversation. I just wanted to show what these people are doing and why I think it is personally wrong as a black woman who is still affected by these things. And I didn't want to really bring race into this, but like, you just came up here and just started, you kind of frazzled me.
Wait.
Okay, I'm a black woman too, Kay. So, and?
Kay.
Yes?
Can you put that in big screen?
No, I'm not a mod. I don't think I can. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Well, to be fair, like, we weren't really talking about you, Charlie. I don't think anyone had, like, an issue with you, so.
I didn't say somebody had an issue with me, Lacey. I said somebody had an issue with the problem. You said Manimal and Matter bring up blackface and that it is racist. I do not think it is racist. I say the same thing. Right?
Wait, what
I
do you
say
think about
the
Martha?
same thing. And
Once again, Charlie, you didn't even let me finish speaking. You just came in guns
I
a
wasn't speaking to Kay, I was speaking to Lacey.
But I'm the one who brought it up.
Right? So, anyways, it is not. And and I said, if you have a problem with it, you can speak to me as another black person.
Okay, and
right?
I am.
Right. So, again, show me how it's not analogous. And if this is not the life because they're having a discussion about something else, which is fine. But don't say it is racist when there are other black people who hold the same opinion because it is directly analogous. But
I'm not. She also said that it was more harmful than blackface. Saying something is more harmful to something that is rooted in racism and minstrelsy. No, first of all, they shouldn't be compared.
You know why it's more harmful? You want to hear why it's more harmful, Kay? Because when white people do this, they're not saying that they're black and they're entitled to the spaces and rights and protections that black people get.
But
when men do it, hold on, Kay. I know you have a problem with waiting. When men do it in terms of drag, it is a performance to make women look like clowns and fools where they make fun of our anatomy.
Oh, thank you.
Wait,
first of all, with blackface isn't girl. What? First of all, with blackface can is still put on to this day, and we do see people make fun of black features within blackface and black skin. putting on a costume, a fucking costume, and doing whatever is not the same. Because for one, there are cis women drag queens. I think we all forget there are cis women drag queens and drag queens.
Okay, I don't. Okay, are they women?
Cis women, yes, they are
Okay,
women.
when men do this, when they put on fake breasts and
Not all drag
every
queens do
time they
that.
have, are they women?
Not all drag queens do
Okay,
that. We're talking about
when
drag
the
queens
other
here.
men
Cis women,
and
not all drag. You know, people put on fake breasts and stuff for like.
hey, when the other men do it who call themselves women, are they women?
Okay, say it again. Say it again, Charlie.
All right. So you
I just said
admitted that when men do this,
Interrupting each other.
Guys, we have to let Charlie finish.
Right, and stop interrupting each
when
other.
people do blackface in society, it doesn't mean they're black and it doesn't offend me. If you want to walk around and pretend you're black, fine, but nobody's going to say you are black. That is how it doesn't affect women. Black people, hold on. But when you have men in society saying, I am a woman because A, I say so, B, I take hormones, 3, I have a mental illness, or 4, I have the aesthetic of a woman, that is harming women and girls. And it is worse because now these men who perform these stereotypes they have access to every single thing that is based on a woman and girl's material reality. That is why it is more harmful. I know you're young and you're still getting triggered. I know you are young and you are still getting triggered by the words black and white, but eventually when your brain develops, you'll realize how harmful it is. Go ahead,
I don't think that something should be more harmful than the other when both of them still stem in harm. Like if you're saying that they both stem in harm, like I'm like you understand why I have a problem when you saying it's more harmful. They shouldn't
No, I
be
don't.
like oppression Olympics of being like.
No, I actually don't, because if a white person stands up in front of me in blackface and a man stands up in front of me and says I'm a trans woman, guess who does more harm to me? No, guess. You like to talk about intersectional femininity?
Yes, because it's
right. Now I'm a black woman, so black is my race and woman is adult human female. So if a man stands in front of me where he is mimicking my female anatomy and he says I am a woman, and I go in front of the man who is wearing like black paint on his face or whatever menstrual like situation, and that person is not black, and society will never allow that person to be black. But for some reason, sexism is okay in society. That when a man performs regressive stereotypes or simply says, I'm a woman, he is able to access my rights based upon my material reality, and that is the difference. It is more harmful. Do you understand?
Yeah, sure, Talia. I don't give a fuck. But anyways, like I was talking.
You don't care because you're young.
Black King.
Okay, what about me?
Is the difference? It is more harmful.
Like, why the fuck?
That's all I came to say. And don't let your disdain for GC people make your panel people like.
Excuse me, can you guys stop? Genuinely, y'all are talking over each other. It's not even just Charlie being talked over. Hello.
I'm done. Just don't be platforming people like Mary. Mary's literally.
Girl, go. Yes. No one forced you to be up here.
I brought myself up here.
You were the one talking about
all right, I brought myself up here.
Okay, cool.
All right, so don't be pandering yourself up here with us.
I have something to say.
Don't be pandering up here.
Let's
can I say
not
something?
do all of that.
Can I say something quickly?
Yes.
Alex Ruby.
Oh, who muted her?
Can I not be muted in the comments? That's really annoying.
I'm not muting anybody.
I was gonna say you were muted in the comments by somebody because you were just because
me?
they didn't want you to yap in the comments. They just wanted you to come up on panel, so that's why they took away your ability to comment.
Me?
Well, somebody reported me, and now I've won my appeal. So
Yeah, no. Scotty said you dropped voluntarily.
Nope.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
Do you want a screenshot of it? I can send it to you right now.
Can I just say this?
You can show it up on the live actually.
Can I say something quickly?
Yes.
Okay, so Alex keeps going about on the comments. Apparently, me and Alex, we had a fallout. We had our beef. I said sorry. Apparently, it's gone, done, and over with. But apparently not to Alex. Like we had our fallout.
What is beef
Sure.
talking about?
Alex 3B. We had our fallout.
Okay, but what does this
Apparently
have to do with the live though? Like that's
Like, please, if you're gonna talk to Alex, either
You can
she
respond in the comments.
either
You don't have to-
she come up on either she come up on panel, or you just respond to her in the comments. Please don't talk to her.
Oh, I just wanted to bring that up, but go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, what does Martha want to say?
I don't know. I just got the thing back, and I've come back. And are you guys still obsessing over me, or are you all done with that now?
Can you show your like how your appeal, or like
I don't know how to do that on like my
Take a
screen,
screenshot.
but I can send it here. I'll just send it to Bubbles. That'll be easiest. But then I think I have to go down, right, in order to. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, what's happening? There's not too much needed to.
Whoever is talking right now is extremely muffled.
Oh, sorry, my phone's not near my. I just want to say that I think that, like what she's saying about, like, especially this comment right here took me out, because she's saying that you can't even fathom that women are more harmed than black people. That's misogynistic. You guys want to say about that, Charlie? Because I'm not. For one, there are black women exist. It's not a comparison. That's the thing. There shouldn't be comparisons to these things.
So if black women exist, if women exist, right, and black people exist, right, would it be mean to say if women are harmed more? Specifically?
But saying are harmed more than black people, this including
Why
black
you
women,
keep
black
saying
men.
it like that?
Because I'm putting the emphasis on saying that women.
I'm black. Is it true,
Oh
Kay?
my God, Charlie.
Kay, is it true?
Stop over talking each other.
Charlie.
So, do you think that women who there's
No, I
femicides
want
in
to know. I want to hear Kay. Since she wants to mention our race, is it true?
Oh my God, Charlie.
Kay, I'm 36. I'm past the race politics. So can you tell me, is it true?
Okay, respectfully, I'm dropping beats to let up Gato because Gato is important in this conversation.
It's politics. So can.
Okay, respectfully, I'm dropping beats to let up Gato because.
I don't mind, but she can't be like black. Okay, we're black.
What?
Is it true?
Yes, we're both black women. Yes.
Is it true?
Is what true? Repeat your question.
Is it true that women are harmed more than black people?
In what way?
In any capacity, violence, essay, which other way you want?
Unaliving, oppression, etc.
Okay. Right. So which case is that true?
Also, I would have to. Jesus. I would have to see in which.
Proof that Martha sent me that she was reported. Oh.
6:48. Oh. That time doesn't check out.
Well, she might be a different time zone.
It's 7:18 where I am right now.
Well, time zones. Are
okay, there we go. I was gonna say.
Look at the date.
Yeah,
That's
I know, but that
6:00.
could have been from earlier today. But okay.
So hell bent on me lying. I was in mid sentence when I was taken down. Like, come on, you
Okay,
guys.
but my thing
Can you
is
just cut
that
it out with
the
this like
host
absolute
said
disingenuousness?
something different.
And we're gonna talk about whatever you're talking about. I don't care, like, honestly, because I know what I saw. And I'm not arguing with you on that, ma'am. You can continue.
Like, why would I just drop myself in mid fucking sentence?
Excuse me? Ma'am,
why would I just drop myself in mid fucking sentence? Why would I do that? It doesn't make any sense.
That's totally fine, and I said you got it. I'm not arguing with you. Go ahead, ma'am.
I wanted to ask Martha, why do you think it's appropriate to say all TRAs are P3s and P3 apologists?
TRAs are that.
I have the clip.
Please play the clip.
Alright, guys, please be quiet for 1 second.
I'll mute.
Sorry, I have to go to my Reddit. Oh, here it is. Let me zoom up. Okay, wait.
You're fucking
Oops.
to the TRAs. You're fucking evil people.
You're on the wrong side of history. You're violent. You're despicable. You're P3s and P3 apologists. You hate women. You hate children. You hate everything natural and beautiful and good in this world. You're sick, twisted, perverted individuals. And so the other side.
Well.
So once again, you've been proven.
I didn't hear
something.
all.
So once
Wait,
again,
Ella, wait,
so
Ella,
once
please,
again,
Ella, I'm the one who addressed her.
Once again,
I did
Bro,
not
what do
hear.
you mean once again?
I didn't hear the word "all" in there.
Okay, Martha, if I say white people are P3s, what am I saying?
Okay, so do you agree with me though? Do you think that
No.
TRAs are the things I just said, or no?
I do not think that TRAs as a whole are P3s and P3 apologists. What the hell are you talking about?
They're definitely P3 apologists. They're apologizing for an ideology that destroys children sexually.
Girl, I'm
okay,
over
Martha,
it.
wait, Ella,
They're
please.
apologizing.
I'm over it.
Just
I'm over
Ella,
it.
okay, wait, stop. Okay, Martha. So wait, so the Catholic Church permits child marriage at 14. Are all Catholics P3 and P3 apologists?
If they support like the hiding of it and
no, Ella, and Martha. So wait, so the Catholic Church permits they support an ideology that harms children.
The Catholic
all
Church
Catholics
is not
follow
a P3 ideology. The gender ideology is a P3 ideology. Those are two different ideologies.
Any church that supports marriage for 14-year-olds supports P3 ideology. So now, Martha, are you going to say
maybe it's true then? Maybe it's true then. Yeah.
Okay, so you think so you think Catholics are P3 and P3 apologists? I just want you to say that.
Well, don't you think?
Guys, so you know what? At least Martha's being consistent. She thinks Catholics are P3s and P3 apologists.
Hello,
wait, hold on. Do you think it's a
can we keep the language friendly, please?
Do you think that it's a P3 apologist to say that that adults can have sex with 14-year-olds or no?
Yes, but
okay.
In America, I can't speak for other countries. Let me clarify. I'm not speaking on other countries. In America, that's not accepted here. At least for America, I can't speak on other countries.
Please use TikTok friendly language.
I've been saying
hello. Like we can get the live taken down for if we keep saying smacks with 14-year-olds. Stop.
Okay, in general, I'm going to say what I wanted to say because I'm allowed to say it. So you've been caught up multiple times where you said that you didn't say something. People have receipts to back it up.
I didn't say all.
But you fucking did.
I said trans activists are this, and they are. You
literally said you didn't say that. Someone brings up a clip. Someone brings up a clip. Someone brings up a clip. Someone brings up a clip of you saying that, and then you're gonna be like, "Well, I mean, I said what I said." Like you're a habitual liar. You're literally a fucking liar. Like shut the fuck up.
It's kind of funny because Martha
TRAs
told
do
me
encourage the mutilation of children.
Martha told me I said something that I never said.
Yes, you did.
And
I didn't say
Martha,
it.
Please, can we please and stop moving the screen around?
I think Bubbles should send me that live so you can hear yourself say it.
And so let's keep this between Gato and Martha, please.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying.
I personally don't care if you pull up pictures of Martha's tweets and whatnot. You can do that. I really don't care, but just don't speak.
And Megan, if you want to hear yourself, just get Bubbles live or get it sent to me, and I will fish through the live and I will send it to you because it was something.
I didn't see it.
Megan, it was what I heard with my own ears. I was only in there for literally 5 minutes, and it's what I heard, and it's why I blocked you. I was like, "Holy shit, that is such a lie!"
All right, now let's move on to Gato, please. This isn't between Martha and Megan, please.
Anyway, I think trans activists do support a P3 and P3 apologist ideology, and everyone who supports this ideology is supporting that.
You said Catholics were too.
However,
so if you're being,
maybe they don't.
If you're being consistent and saying Catholics are as well, then I'll just drop it.
I think you agree with me, but anyway.
Well, I don't agree with you, but if you're going to say that, then you're standing down between.
You did agree with me, though. You said that for having us with. Okay, we can't really say it, but you know.
Yeah, but I said a majority don't support that. At least in America. I'm only talking about America. I don't know how other countries
then I don't think they all are. I think the people who support that are, and I think you'd agree with me.
But you didn't say just specific TRAs. You said TRAs in general. If I say white people, if I say white people are P3s and P3 apologists, am I saying only white tea? If I say only I'm not saying only some. I'm saying a blanket statement on all of them.
Okay, so this ideology is rooted in P3 and P3 apologists. Now, I'll admit, maybe not everyone who supports the ideology understands that. And maybe they, because of the sanitization of the language, the euphemistic language of gender affirming care and gender medicine, and framing it in a way that sounds like this is a good thing, I could see that people being indoctrinated into this ideology aren't like maliciously supporting P3 and P3 apologists actions on behalf of a disgusting piece of shit cult that destroys women and children's women's rights and children's bodies. Oh, actually, adults' bodies too. But yeah, I think that rant I was going on, I don't even know how long ago it was, but it was a message to the TRAs. You guys are evil. Like and mostly it's the people on here because they know. Like the people who are TRAs, and I wouldn't even call them TRAs. They're just like allies, I guess, or people who think that they're being good LGBTQ allies or whatever. But the TRAs, they've heard our arguments over and over again. They fully understand how evil this ideology is and how it hurts children, but they just don't see it that way. They just don't see it as harm. They just don't, like, they are perverted themselves. They are twisted themselves. And so, yeah, it was a message to them.
Try to tap the screen, get us to.
I definitely, I definitely am full of her perverted themselves. They are women and children, and even the people who think this is helping them. I have full of hatred towards that. Every time I see a little girl with her breast amputated, and the psychotic surgeon like smiling in the background, my heart fills more with hate for this ideology. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. So either you concede that it's not all of them, or you agree that the Catholic Church is. Which one is that? I just want to get a clear answer.
Anybody who thinks that adults should have S with 14-year-olds is probably a P3 apologist. If not a P3
the same way with TRAs, it's not all of them who think children should be allowed to transition, or even that trans women should be allowed in women's spaces. So you agree that it's not all TRAs then? So you concede on that, right?
I mean, I think if you're part of the TRA, which is the trans radical activist group, they do believe that. I don't think anyone's a trans radical activist and believes that. Who doesn't believe that? They would be more moderate, or they would be more of an ally.
No,
but the trans radical activists, they're the ones with the sign saying protect trans kids, and they're the ones pushing. Yeah, the activists, like, they're actually out there trying to push this ideology as far as they can push it.
There's ones who just want. Hold on, no, but there's ones who just like vote that trans women should be allowed to like medically change their bodies, and I'm talking about adults, not children. So that would be under the guise, not guys. That would be under the umbrella of trans rights activists.
Well, yeah, and I think that even the ones who don't like just believe the adults can, or believe in the ideology at all, are definitely. I mean, I guess they're not P3s and P3 apologists if they don't.
Okay, so then that's all. I just wanted the concession on that. You're fine. We can move on from that.
Okay.
Okay, so she did not mean all of them, guys. So she took back her statement on that. We cleared that. The next point that I wanted to make was
just everybody who wants to hurt children, and actually a lot of them who don't.
That applies to like the Catholic Church too.
But I gotta say, like, a lot of them who think that it's not okay to medicalize, they are okay with social transition, which like over 90% of the time results in medicalization. It locks in the trans identity. It puts them on a path to medicalization like most of the time. So they are pretty much condoning the medicalization.
You didn't say, you said it's not all of them.
Well, I'm just adding that. Okay.
That's fine. Okay, so now onto your tweets, because a few months ago you had said that you didn't mean them in that way. You took it back, blah, blah, blah. But now you said you doubled down the other day.
Which one?
You said, let me clarify. You said you doubled down on all the tweets except for the false news story.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't double down. I just stand by them.
Yeah. So that's doubling down. If I say, oh no, sorry guys, I took something back, and then a few months later I say, never mind, I stand down.
Oh wait, what did I take back?
You said that the only thing you did not stand by was the news source.
Okay, so I didn't take anything back. I just, the only one that, and I always clarified that, I stand by my tweets. Like a lot of people, and a lot of people you guys didn't cancel and jump on the last time, I just shared false information that I thought was real. And so did like every other turf, and so did like tons of people you guys didn't fucking cancel, but it's more fun to cancel me for some reason. But what specific tweet do you want me to address?
Well, there's a few. There's one is Bubbles, can you bring up the one of her saying the trans parents things? When I'm gonna bring up the other one while you're finding that one if you can.
Wait,
Like,
wait, hold on. Wait, fine. Which one?
the one where she was talking about like, oh, like that they deserve to have their kids removed from them. That one. And but the other one I'm gonna address right now is when you said gay men are sincerely.
Wait, fine. Which one?
The one where she was talking about like, oh, like that they deserve to have their kids removed from them. It seems as they have no sexual interest in them and a vague sense of disgust and jealousy. Plus, they do woman face, which makes blackface look kind in comparison.
There's
I
also
have the tweet pulled up right here.
there's one on my screen as well about gay men too.
Okay, so which one do you want me to address?
Well, Gato said that she wants her to address the one I have on my screen. So look at that.
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so
We'll do that one.
this video, if you watch it, is an autogynephile who's manipulating his family to pretend that he's a woman, and the little boys are like, they're doing kind of an interview, and they're like, "Oh, do you miss your daddy?" And they're like, "No, I mean, yeah." And they're like, and so what did he? And they're like, she, and they said it like scared, and like it's just so abusive and disgusting to have a man practice his fetish in front of his kids, involve his kids in it, and manipulate his wife, and it just sickens me. But what did I say? Fucking evil, abuse this perverted fetishistic fucking narcissist doesn't deserve a wife and children. Fuck these porn sick, abusive, selfish, evil fucking men. It would be better if he abandoned them than this. Fuck him. Yeah, I 100% stand by that. That guy's a fucking piece of shit. And if you watch that interview, actually go watch that interview. It'll break your heart. Absolute pieces of turd who do this to their family.
So do you also hold?
You guys should also watch like the Through the Looking Glass, which is trans widows and their families talking about the narcissistic abuse they face at the hands of their paraphilic husbands and fathers who involve them in their disgusting fetish.
What about the one on my screen? Do you stand by the one on my screen?
I needed to address her really quick on the parent thing first. Okay, so do you hold this view for like the harmful people who say like, oh, if a boy wears a dress, he's gay, he's blah blah blah. Are you also gonna say like it would be better if those people just abandon their kids?
What?
For the parents who are like pushing harmful gender stereotypes on their children, do you think it would be better if they abandon their kids, or do you think it would be better if?
No, I don't think. I think a man practicing his disgusting paraphilia in front of his kids and trying to get them to call him mom so that he can get titillated and turned on by it. Like using your children in your fetish is not the same thing as like basically pushing your own religion or culture or norms onto your kids.
How's
like
that any
that's
different?
not the same thing at all. Well, because one is just people trying to be good, like cultural normal people, and the other is perverted.
Do you have proof he's an AGP? Like, did he get diagnosed or something?
Well, he's straight. He has a family. He's doing this in
That's not what I
midlife,
asked.
and he's. No, I don't have proof, but
okay, so it's the same as the religious thing.
Okay, well, anyone with eyes and any kind of intuition can see what he's doing, but you can ignore it if you like.
No, I'm just asking. If we went through that same logic, it would have to be some sort of concrete proof, right? So we have no proof that he's an AGP. We just have like evidence that you said he was demanding to be called mom, right? That he was like correcting them in the video.
Yeah, he's pretending to be. Well, no, he
or someone was.
It was an interview, and the kids were correcting the interviewer who had said that their dad was a he, and they were like she, okay. And they said it like really.
My bad, I misunderstood.
Like, as if they were scared, and it was just heartbreaking. Like you should watch it.
Okay, so both of them are doing harmful gender stereotypes on their children, but you just want to say one's okay.
No, one is not a gender harmful stereotype. One is literally involving their children in.
Both of them are doing. Want to say one's okay.
Involving their.
We established he's not diagnosed AGP, so you're just saying this. We established that it is a harmful, like, sexist stereotype to get your kids to call you mom if you're not a mom, right?
It's like, not if you're a trans woman. Stereotype. It's literally like a perverted, fucked up thing to do.
Okay, you're just repeating that, but you have no proof.
You're
just repeating that.
Children about sex and
you're just repeating the perverted thing, but I asked you, do you have proof he's AGP, and you're just saying no.
Well, we don't have proof anyone's an AGP, but we can see it with our eyes.
There's people who've been diagnosed, but anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. Like nobody's going to get diagnosed.
So you just said we have no proof, but there have people who've been diagnosed, so that's just not true.
The only time they get diagnosed with that is when they are seeking help because it's ruining their lives. But if you want to pretend that this disgusting piece of shit's not an AGP, you go for it.
It's not pretending. He's just like this is actual speculation. Like, we could say, like, yeah, we assume he is, but there's no actual concrete proof, which is what I'm talking about.
Hold on, I don't want this screenshot up for too long because I don't want to get the live flagged. But someone wanted me to put this up, so I did.
Yeah, Megan Murphy's awesome. She's one of the best TERFs out there. She's got t-shirts and hats that are GAY and restarted. So just bringing back the GAY word and restarted word. Those are awesome words. Yeah, Megan Murphy's awesome. She's one of the best TERFs out there. You guys gonna be all butthurt, like, oh my god, don't. It's fucking hilarious.
Martha,
I don't think it's hilarious, but that's not the point.
The only reason I brought that up was because, again, someone in the comments was wanting that tweet in specific to be addressed, so I put it up. That's why.
Martha, look at my tweet because I don't want to leave it up too long.
Well, I just wanted to wait. Actually, Megan, if you want to do yours really quick, I'll just
just real quick.
I don't. Oh, never mind. I see it. I don't have.
I love this Martha Twitter trial. This is so fun. We should do this every week.
Martha,
we do it every 3 months.
Martha, you can stop like the whole weird thing. Just address it.
Which one? I got two on the screen there.
The middle one.
Okay, so interesting how most P3s are G, MN, and most serial. Yeah, so I can put sorry, I'm just on my skateboard and heading to the grocery store. It closes in 20 minutes, so I do have to jump, but I can come back. But I can put in two studies, one that shows that 67% of serial unalivers are G men, and there's another study I can put in the comments that is like just proving that the P much higher than straight.
That's not the claim you made, though.
Well, that's what it
you didn't make a per capita claim. You said, can you pull that back up really quick, Megan?
I didn't say most G men are. That's fucking bullshit.
No, you said most P3s are G men.
Yeah.
Meaning the pool. Hold on, let me talk. Meaning the pool of people that are P3s are G men. That's what that tweet means.
No, it means that there's more P3s that are G men than straight. That's what that means.
Yes, which means you are saying more P3s are G men than straight men.
Yeah.
That,
like,
Martha, do you know the database of P3s of the amount of them that identify as hetero?
I can send you the study. It just like
I asked you a question.
No, don't just put the study.
I don't know if that study hold on, I'm just skateboarding. Like the study just says that what I just said that there.
I looked at your study.
Okay, put it up. Put it up, please.
But I asked her a simple question. Do you know the amount?
No.
Over 90% of P3s identify as heterosexual. The majority are straight men married with kids.
Well, that's not what that study says. It says that the majority of or I guess it's because they're a smaller population, so they're saying that it's disproportionately higher in the G population than it is in the straight. Yeah.
That's not what your tweet said, dumbass.
Course, like, duh. What
do you mean,
majority. They're not the majority. Why would you need that clarified?
This is why you dropped Nate from your life, because you don't understand basic English and language. You are not
There's
saying.
No need for that.
Hold on.
There's no need for that.
No need for what? I'm just stating a fact. You do not understand.
I definitely do understand.
You don't,
English.
because Nate tried to explain to you better and worse. But in the tweet, I even asked you to clarify. Are you saying per capita? You said no. I'm saying most. You do not understand basic English. In that tweet, you were saying that the majority of P3s are G men, not per capita. No, per capita was not seen here nor there.
I meant per capita then.
Okay, then there you go. That's all you had to say. Next question.
Like, I thought that's pretty self-explanatory because they're not a majority of people. Like, of course, straight men are the majority and gay men are the minority. But
I just asked you that and you said no. This is what I meant. You don't understand.
I guess I didn't understand what you meant by that, but like I thought it was like pretty clear. Like, they're not the majority. The straight men are the majority. Of course, there's going to be a much higher amount in the majority of men on the population, but there is an astronomically high amount in the gay population. Like, this is just
per capita. It's 2 to 6%.
Well, I don't know if that's what that study said, but it was.
Well, I'm saying updated studies. Your studies from what? I think it was 1980. Yeah.
That one's not from 1980
or 1990. It was one of the two.
No. Yeah. And they would never dream of doing a study like that again. It would be too homophobic.
Well, you can actually look up source, not source. You can come to the math yourself. If you like look up sources on how many G-men are in the population, how many identify with what in regular stats nowadays, and you can come to the conclusion yourself. If you could do like basic, I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't see the problem here. I
was just
per
clarifying.
capita, I guess, I feel like.
All right,
So,
there you go. Thank you
anyway.
for that also concession. As long as we're like
okay.
getting through this and like acknowledging that you don't stand behind the dumb form of your tweets, then that's fine. That's fine. I don't really care.
I'm saying the same thing. It's just
you're not saying the same thing.
Okay, whatever. What you know what I meant, and I'm saying what I meant, and it's the same thing that I was trying.
No, I don't know what you meant
it's the same thing I was trying to convey.
Well,
and
you
I
can't convey
it,
for
and
shit.
You're like, okay, well,
like just
sorry.
Maybe try to convey it better. I don't know.
All right, I'll try to convey it better next time.
Thanks. And then the last one was, which we started with, but I didn't get to finish. Sorry. You said gay men are sincerely some of the most misogynistic. Sorry, I was laughing at that text message. Gay men are some of the most misogynistic men on the face of the planet. They hate women all the more, it seems, as they have no sexual interest in them and a vague sense of disgust and jealousy. Plus, they do women face drag, which makes blackface look kind in comparison.
Okay. So
yeah, I'm gonna let you explain it. My bad.
Right. So yeah, they're some of the most misogynistic men on the planet. Definitely not all. Just like not all straight men are misogynists. Yeah. See the word some of the most. And then yeah, they hate women all the more because they have no sexual interest in them. Any woman knows that men are quite nice to us when they have sexual interest in us. But when they don't even have that, there's no connection. There's no attachment in that way. They have no use for us in that way. They're still men. They have a very unique form of misogyny, I would say. They see us like there's not much use for us, but they set the beauty standards for us, and they have a vague sense of jealousy and disgust. Like they seem to be very, very disgusted about our bodily functions. And then I'm talking about the misogynists. I'm not talking about all gay men in general.
Yeah, I never said
on this app I've encountered. I actually didn't know how misogynistic gay men were until I fought this ideology on this app, and the gay men that support the ideology and the way they speak, the way they have zero care for the plight of women in this world, no understanding for it, the way that they support men wearing us as a costume, the way that they see women as a kind of aesthetic. I think gay men do as well, but they take it even further with things like drag and things like pretending to be us. So that, and then what was the last thing? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one
jealousy.
I wanted to, the other one I wanted to address was that you said G-men take misogyny to new heights, and then you just said especially with blackface, not blackface,
yeah,
with drag and woman face.
So they take it to new heights because it's like,
yeah. What new heights are you describing?
Well, it's like a level. It's kind of like the way white people took racism to new heights with creating blackface.
I don't know. I thought straight men did that by like keeping girls out of school, by unaliving us in mass, by raping us more per capita. I thought that was the new heights.
But that's definitely horrific, but that's not condoned. This is absolutely celebrated and condoned in the way that blackface was briefly. That, making mockeries and caricatures of women and our bodily functions and taking the negative stereotypes and exaggerating them with their, like, if you look at what blackface is and you look at what drag is, they're literally exactly the same thing. You're a oppressed class of people are made into caricatures and mockeries, and like everything about them is made fun of and exaggerated, and then negative stereotypes about that oppressed class of people are also exaggerated and presented. This is the reason I say it's like hold my beer. Blackface is because this is widespread. It's on every streaming service. It's on every city's doing it with their drag queen brunches and drag queen story hours and drag kid camps. We got kids participating in woman face. They're indoctrinating children with these fucking sex clown misogynistic things. It's just taken to a new level. It's just like the the dehumanization and the objectification of women and our bodies, and the negative, especially the negative stereotypes like bimbification, hypersexualization, objectification. Those are all exaggerated to the highest level, and then they try to outdo themselves like every week with how shocking or disrespectful they can possibly be. And I know that like drag didn't necessarily start out like that. It was more impersonation of like Liza Minnelli and whatever, but it's definitely evolved into one of the most misogynistic forms of art that resembles blackface far more than anything possibly could. But at least blackface is taboo. At least it's bad. At least people see it as racism. This sheer vile sexism is celebrated, condoned, defended, and allowed to evolve. And, you know, like I say, put in front of children, put in front of everybody every night on the streaming channels and whatnot. So that's why I said that. It's a bit like, it's like woman face just
about the
says,
acceptance in society as to why it's
says,
worse.
Hold my beer.
So you're talking about
worse,
so the new height. The new height is
worse
because society accepts it. That's what you're not like.
That's one of the reasons, but I would say it also goes further. Like it goes as far as it can go. Like they keep trying to find new ways. Like I don't think they ever went this far with blackface, but I could be uneducated. Maybe they did.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Like for the amount of misogyny and like how they keep trying to outdo themselves, and for the amount
Bro,
that
they literally used to skin black people and wear their skin and like joke about it minstrel.
I'm not.
What are you talking about? Like
I'm not. That's not black. What?
They well, like actions of minstrel. They used to skin black people's skin and wear it to like be like ah ha ha ha.
What?
Like, they would have their families send postcards to their families.
Wait, no, Kate. She's not talking about like that. Like I'm talking about like
the
in regards
vaudeville
to
circuit.
I'm talking about minstrel and blackface. Minstrel and blackface. They used to skin black people
Can you send me a source that says that minstrel show and vaudeville had skinned like black? You know, black people used to participate in that, and they were like a good. Like
I didn't say that black people didn't like engage in minstrel. I never said that.
Right, but they were like a good sport about it, the way that women were a good sport about it. It was all in good fun then too. But you're saying they were wearing people's skin? Like you gotta show me that. I'm sorry, and I'm not. Yeah, please fucking do. Like that's if that's true, like that's I did not know that.
I'll show you exactly what she's talking. What Gus was talking about.
Well, I mean I'm the one who claimed it, so I'll send it to her later. I wasn't kidding about that.
I'm getting sick.
I did not know that.
Oh,
what did you?
That's true.
Well, I mean, so are you going to concede that black? It's
well,
not.
No,
like, I'm not saying
you need to show me that that's true, because that is like I've never heard anything like that. To be,
hold on.
It's I would never like. There's no compare. Like, I mean, that would be like them skinning women and putting them on the, and that's not happening. So of course, if I knew that kind of shit was happening, I wouldn't even be able to compare them, because nothing even sort of like that's happening. But it's definitely like I'm talking about the caricatures, the stereotypes, the mockery of our female bodies and all of their functions, including childbirth, breastfeeding, our vaginas, the way they smell, the sexualization, the bimbification, just all the negative dehumanizing
TikTok friendly
shit.
language.
What am I saying that's not? Sorry, I'm just at the grocery store now. I might not be able to
really be careful.
I don't think she said anything.
Grocery store.
Vagina. But anyways.
Oh, I think you're allowed to.
You're not allowed to say that?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just at the grocery store, so I just have to mute.
Don't say it over and over and over again.
They're literally going to close in like 12 minutes, so just let me mute while I'm here. I'll be right back.
Alex, you sound so done.
I'm so sick. I'm sorry, this is making me sick thinking about this.
Yeah, the only reason that I was speaking. Hello, I was speaking. Anyways, the only reason that I said that to Martha was because because if you say like the V word basically over and over and over again, it could get the live flagged. So
I just want to clarify something really quickly. Blackface was more so regarding individuals, like you guys seen that really, really dark skinned. If you look on, you'll see, I forget the name of it, but there's white individuals making fun of black people while doing a really, really dark face with big old red lips, and that's really what blackface was. I don't.
Minstrel. I'm talking about the specific action of like them also doing that, but hold on.
Yeah, I never heard this. Was my first time ever hearing about the skin thing.
I was gonna say, I think they used to use black people's skin as shoes.
They would use
I'm talking about the one I learned about where they were using it and like mocking them.
Where Nat Turner was skinned and turned into a purse because he rebelled against his.
No, I'm not talking about like jewelry or that. I'm talking about them actually skinning them and like donning their skin as a joke.
I might be in the Delectable Negro. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm getting my stomach feels bad. Thinking talking about this.
Child, I've been black all my life, and I ain't know all this.
You didn't know that they. I would suggest taking a visit to the African
No,
American.
no, Kay. The claim is that they wore skin and made fun of us, and that's they made lamps, they made shoes, but face and minstrel are technically one and the same. So I want to know.
Right.
So they are one and the same. One may more be like where you're singing in the tones of where they're mocking our voices, our ancestors' voices. And blackface is where they would put on the black makeup and and take pictures, or where they have it in advertisements. The claim was that the skin was worn, and that was part of somehow what blackface. Never heard that.
A minstrel show. Yeah, I'm trying to find the source right now. Hold on.
I say the only thing that's put up for me is the human leather. That's it.
I found it. It's leather from human skin. In the 1800s in Philadelphia, birthplace of America, some white locals used the skin of black people to make clothes, including shoes.
Yeah,
no, I'm not talking about
yeah,
clothes.
but
I'm talking about
blackface.
No, I'm talking about when there was a minstrel show and they had skinned a black person and they put their skin on as a joke.
Oh,
well, it's not a joke, but I'm saying
Yeah, but
it's
that's
like
not. But yeah. But I know I get what you're saying, but that's not quote unquote. That's not what blackface is.
That's not blackface or minstrel.
if you're wearing like a black person as a joke and you're performing a caricature with like
No, well, first you have to prove that Gato. I'm not gonna lie. I heard that and my jaw dropped. And I study West Indian Black history, and I studied African American Black history. Never heard that. If you could show me that, I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
I've been black all my life. I ain't never heard that from any of my other relatives, and they old. And I love history too, so I ain't never heard that.
You've never heard.
Now I believe you when you say.
You
I
have to
believe you
listen.
when you say. Yeah, I believe you
Yeah,
when you
no,
say
that's
that they
false.
probably skinned individuals and probably did, made fun of it. But blackface is not what you're describing.
Yeah, no, that's
Blackface
false.
was them
That's false.
putting,
They never wore their
them putting
skin
black.
on their face.
Yeah, blackface is them. Blackface was them putting on really, really dark makeup because they resembled us as monkeys, and then having big old red
Red
lips. 'Cause
lips
that's what they thought.
and
Yeah.
I don't know.
like the
I thought
hair
I would
that
assume that skinning a black person and using their skin and like trying to portray a racist caricature would also be minstrel, but
No,
Yeah,
but Gato, you have to show us that Gato. You
I'm
can't
looking
say
for it
that.
right now. I'm looking for it as we
but
speak.
give me a
I
second.
know, but that's not blackface
I
or
was
minstrel.
looking.
Alex, talk, please.
Yeah, I was looking. It is false. They did not used to wear their this black people's skin on their face. They used it as clothes and shoes.
No,
And
I
they
remember
used-
learning about this in school. I'm looking for it right now.
And they used I don't know.
No, like I distinctly
Yeah, this
remember,
is-
like a thing being taught where like they put their skin on as a joke, not just for clothes, but like to mock.
Never. I know they use the hair to fill furniture and so forth, but that's something that I personally want to see as a black person.
The image on Kay's screen, I believe that's blackface.
That is blackface, yeah.
Yeah.
Commercial show because they did not allow black people up on stage to perform their roles. God, I'm sorry if I'm a little jumbled.
You're good. You're good.
It gives me a headache thinking about it. Even if it wasn't with skinning, it's still like they wore us as clothes. They ate us. They ate mummies.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the minstrel of actually them putting on someone's skin.
I know.
Yeah, it's upsetting to hear about.
It's super upsetting. Even
Sorry, I'm reading and I'm listening to you guys at the same time, trying to find it.
Absolutely, take your time.
That's why trans rights activists shouldn't say that saying no to males is just Jim Crow segregation. Just put that out there.
Saying what?
Trans rights
Well, no,
activists, as I saying, they're putting it out there. Trans rights activists should stop saying that saying no to males is like Jim Crow segregation. They should
Yeah, that
stop
shit is
doing
annoying.
that. They should stop. They stop comparing black women to men who call themselves women while they're at it. Since we are acknowledging the atrocities,
Did
please
someone
stop
do that up here?
comparing black. No, I'm just. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm putting it out in the ether since we have other audiences. Please stop comparing black women to men who call themselves women. Please stop comparing Jim Crow segregation and slavery to women and girls saying no to all males in female areas.
Can I say something about that real quick, Charlie, without interruption, please?
Wait, what?
I don't think they're making the comparison that it's just as bad. For one, both are on their own separate issues. We don't need to compare shit. But whenever black women come up and say that trans misogyny does affect them, including a black woman who has had trans misogyny affect her, we do not say it because they think that quote unquote black women look like men. They're saying this because they have been masculinized all throughout their life, throughout standards by Eurocentric features that have been placed on them. I've seen women like Michelle Obama, Megan Thee Stallion, Serena Williams, all throughout my life being called men because of their features and how they've been affected by it.
What kind of features are those?
Afrocentric features.
Who thinks that they are masculine?
Charlie, I was not finished talking.
You're being hyperbolic.
No, because that would be their broad shoulders. That would be even if these.
Who has broad shoulders? You think black women have broad shoulders?
Not every black. Oh my god.
Do you think the majority of black women?
Charlie.
Right. So then you need to sit with yourself and think why you agree with racists. If racists do not like my African features, they could kick rocks. But what I'm not going to do is pretend that men are women because racists think I'm ugly.
I'm not. Oh my god, we're not.
That's literally what you're doing.
I'm saying that they face trans misogyny even though they are cis black women.
Men, again, there's no such thing as trans
men
misogyny.
can't face. Yeah, that's not. I need you guys. I'm just gonna say this. I understand there's. Wait,
did you just say men can face trans misogyny?
Literally.
That's what Kay said.
I did not.
Something real quick. Hold on, Kay. So, if there are people out there that think that black women or BLK women look like men, that's not being T-phobic and that's not being misogynistic toward trans women. That's just being anti-black and racist. That's all that is.
I have never heard in all my days trans misogyny. You guys are coming up with words every day.
Well, hold on. But before you guys go down that path, I can't find it. No, I can't find it. But I know I actually learned this in school. I remember distinctly seeing this in my textbook because I was so disturbed by it. But I'm gonna keep looking, and if I do find it, I'm gonna send it to Martha. But for now, I'll concede on that point. But I can't find it for now. But I'm gonna keep looking.
Not gonna lie, Gil. I never I never hear or see that in my. I think there would be pictures or something.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it stuck with me. The story. What?
Commercial break. Can you guys? It's 125 of you guys in here. Blue's probably knocked out. Can you guys please tap her screen and get her up to 85K, please?
Yeah, not if you're on panel though.
But Kay, the argument will never land for me that because racists think I'm ugly, I should pretend men are women. Never work for me.
You said they want you to turn into a man?
No, you're literally saying that racists hate my African features, so they don't see sexual dimorphism between black men and women. So I, a black woman who has been seen as ugly by racists, should pretend men are women because racists think I look like a man. That don't make sense to me.
Trans people, I just said that they are black women face prejudice and they are trans investigated because of their Afrocentric.
You're saying that racists think black women look like men.
Look at what. Oh my god, you're putting words.
You're saying racists think black women look like men, so we should hold the opinion of racists and pretend men are women. How does that benefit us, black women?
Charlie, you're not getting what I'm saying, and I'm not.
It makes no sense. Think about it, Kate. Think about it. They don't like our African features. That's what you said, right?
They're yes.
And they think our African features are manly.
I can't finish.
I'm not saying that black women.
You're not saying that.
Once again, Charlie, you're interrupting. Please let me speak. As a young girl, oftentimes I was called a man based on features, the way my shoulders were, the way that I was built. I've seen women who look like Michelle Obama, Brittany Griner, Megan Thee Stallion, all be trans investigated for their features and the way that they're built.
Well, those are just racist, to be fair.
They are
right. Yeah, Yeah,
Right,
that's
that's
kind of.
just
And yes, this is
racism.
what
Racist
Hannah
and
said.
anti-black. That's
And
not
whenever
like
and when
anything.
people say, whenever people masculinize black women for their feature, it is a product of racism and also a product of trans misogyny.
It has nothing to do with
What the
trans.
hell is trans misogyny?
No,
Okay,
it's
trans women are actually men. Black
Yeah.
women are not.
They definitely
Racists
know,
just hate our features.
like gynecology was based on like the
oh my
torture
point.
of black women. They know who they
I know
know
the
that
other
black
mother
women are
said.
women. There was no, they weren't thinking they're men. Like black women don't look like men. That's the TRA. Like the TRAs think that black women look like men. They think women with PCOS look like men. Like they're just idiots.
Like Adriana said, people call Michelle Obama a man. I've seen that a few times.
They called it like
Yeah, but they're
they
just being racist. They're
Yeah,
just
they're
trying to
just being
be
racist.
shitty.
Yeah.
They
Like
knew.
they don't actually think she looks like a man. I mean, there is
They
the
do.
stupid
People call her like Big
transvestigator
Mac and
thing.
shit.
There's like a dumb trend that's called the transvestigator trend, and I like even like Candace Owens was getting in on this with like, and they're all trying to like dig deep to and be like, oh, they all these women, all these like wives are men, and it's just dumb. I feel like it's a psyop to make our side look really stupid and like conspiratorial or something, and I think it's going against our cause rather than helping it.
Explain what trans misogyny is, because I'm confused.
I think she's just talking about how
No. I want her to explain it. I want to add this. This is new words for me. I can
First
add
of
it to my
all,
fucking dictionary. What is trans misogyny?
trans misogyny, otherwise known as transmisogyny or transphobic misogyny, is the intersection of transphobia and misogyny experienced by trans women and trans feminine people. The term was coined by Julius Sereno in
feminine people.
Wait, so that wouldn't apply to black women?
Okay, you're reading your definition off of Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That's
No, I know,
crazy.
but I'm saying that definition would not apply to black women because they're not trans women.
Okay, please stop getting your information off of Wikipedia.
Okay, so I'm just going to use the dictionary. The dislike or prejudice against transgender women. That is trans misogyny.
Wait.
I can also.
Okay, that's okay.
Isn't that just
Okay.
transphobia?
What?
Yeah.
That will be someone literally. We
already
already have a hold on. We already have a word for that. Kay. It's called transphobic.
Yes, I
We
know.
literally
You know
have a
how
word
we
for
have
everything you just
misog-
described.
Or it's misandry. I don't.
Or is there trans misandry out there too? So now my
I don't
gears are
know.
turning, and I need to find this
Oh,
out now.
Hold on, I have a question.
But
Also,
I don't think it would. If
You know how we have misogynoir for black women who face misogyny, but while we also have the term misogyny.
yeah, but if
No.
trans women are being attacked specifically because they're trans women, like I feel like that would tie back to misandry because they're being attacked because they're not fitting some sort of type of man.
I have a question, Kay. Does non-binary misogyny, is that a thing?
I wouldn't.
It's probably more like homophobia.
What about one-legged? What about one-legged misogyny? Because
I think it's probably. I think it's more like homophobia because they know they're men and they're beating them up for being feminine and male.
Okay, let's see. This one.
TikTok shop. We love trans individuals. We don't support any homophobia, bigotry. What's the regular stuff?
You guys can get your
Yeah.
trans misogyny t-shirts on TikTok shop.
You love
Yeah, get your
features in the
get your We Heart Trans People on TikTok shop. Pay your $12.99 and get your book on trans misogyny, please.
I'm not gonna lie
At
to
TikTok
you.
shop.
I grew up in a society where white people were probably how much percent? 2. So it is very hard for me to look at black men and women and pretend or say that I could see a black woman looking like a man. I cannot. It just baffles me. And then to hold racist opinions in such high regard, and hold it over black women's head and say, well, those racists think you're ugly. So why don't you see how men who pretend to be women feel is ridiculous to me? Like I cannot watch a black woman, and when I grew up in a majority black area, to say, yes, I never in my society women wear short hair, bald. So to say like I've ever mistaken, never. You know, it's just sad to see like TRAs use, well, black women are ugly, so you should pretend men are women.
Well, I did want to get back to the point on Martha, just really quick because.
Yeah, you guys are.
So, Martha, you also had said that you think that people were only coming after you because we were placating the TRAs.
Because they're the ones who started the whole thing. I think they were, because I've like I said, I've said this forever. I've made this comparison, just like, and it was the same with the woman face blackface thing. I was making that comparison for the first year of being on here, and Nate would come on and absolutely defend it with me and be like, "How is it not analogous?" And like, just it was, you know. But then I think it was the TRAs that started that too. Every time the TRAs want you guys to throw me under the bus, you guys acquiesce for some reason. So that's why I said that, because it's like almost like you don't want to be, when they call you guys hypocrites or you're not calling your side out or whatever, for some reason you've decided I'm a good
You think I give a
candidate to do
flying
that.
fuck what that big bitch Echo or Katie has to say?
Well, I don't know if it was them, but it was like, it's
I
usually
think they're
their
the ones who
side.
posted your tweets.
Well, it's usually their side. I don't know who. There's a whole bunch of different groups of them, but they basically bring something to your attention, and then you guys attack me, and I'll be
Well,
like,
I know
guys,
you
I've been
said.
saying this the whole fucking time, and then
Well,
you're
no,
like,
you haven't. But I know you
actually, I
said.
have. I've said this multiple times. In fact, like I've gone
Well,
on
no, you
rants about
clarified.
this.
You clarified all your points, and you had to concede because you can't use clear English to get your points across.
Oh my god.
Our English is crazy.
I
Well, no,
must be
I'm not
perfect.
using that to like
If I'm
joke.
not
I'm not
perfect
using
at
that to
all
joke. I'm
moments,
just
then I
saying that
get
she does not
dried
use.
forever.
I'm saying she does not use proper like words to describe her
I
things.
can make a mistake about a word once in a while and not be
Repeatedly?
like demonized.
Can I
What?
just say,
Like,
I'm just saying you can't portray your points properly.
like
Is all I'm saying.
well, I usually can, but I'm not always perfect. But guess what? Like, there's still no reason to absolutely get hostile, attack, and be like just as uncharitable as you can possibly be. Like, if we're all fighting on the same side of something, then why not just be like, hey, like, we can talk privately, or we can, like, you know, have a discussion about things. I don't
know.
understand why the
If I found
vitriolic
out-
attack has to be like just mounted like immediately.
If I found out I was like fighting side by side, but like some white supremacist, I'm gonna be like, yeah, suck a dick.
Of course,
I don't know
I'm
what.
not a
I didn't say you were a white supremacist.
Can I say something to Martha? Just because we disagree with something you said doesn't mean we're attacking you. I just wanted to.
Apparently, it is.
It's really not. It's not attacking.
Well, I think. Okay, if I can, if y'all don't mind me, don't
No.
crucify me, people.
No, go ahead.
So I think at some point, not all of you
I think she had a phone call.
was out there attacking Martha. I think some of this was people just jumping on the bandwagon because they already didn't like Martha and they saw it as an opportunity. It's not even just TRAs. It's people on I hate the term now, but the GC side who were jumping on it as well. I don't think that, again, as we always say, if the TRAs aren't calling out their side, we should still be able to call out our own. And so, Martha, I wouldn't say that you should take. I mean, I get it. It's been going on for a minute, but I don't think we should.
But Grand, it's
hold on. Just let me finish. I don't think that we should be turning around and saying, Martha, I don't think you should be turning around and saying that you're attacking, because some of this stuff, it was said publicly. And I don't know if you guys have been in private areas where you guys tried to, say anything in private and it didn't work. So I would just say that.
I mean, people tried in private. No, Grand, people tried in
Okay.
private, and she ran from the discussion. My bad. That I spoke over you. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, I really just think that it should be addressed publicly because it was made publicly. And I think for me, I don't do the whole, if you address something in private, okay, let that stay in private. But if the situation was addressed publicly, okay, you got to understand, if I say something ridiculous, I can guarantee that everybody going to be on my head like white on rice. Like, yo, that's not okay. And I can't be upset at it. I gotta be for real. Like, okay, I gotta chalk it up. So at some point we do have to accept that we're going to get called out publicly if we say something publicly. That's just me though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree. What I was gonna say is, so you called a G-man a pervert, but you didn't call the two women who were also engaging with you pervs. Why?
I think she might be disconnected.
Is she still on the phone call?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
well,
assuming she is.
I'll just wait. But on to Grant's point, yeah, she was like shit talking me in public and in private for days, and she keeps saying I'm attacking her when I'm literally just returning the
Yes.
she was like shit talking me in public energy. You guys are
No,
like,
you're not. Oh my god, are you serious?
Martha, if I was in
all, dude, we came into the live, you disagreed with me, and you absolutely jumped on me as if I was the worst person on the face of the fucking planet, and you've been dragging me live after live for days. I've not
I've
even
been live
given you
twice,
a
3 times.
fraction of your
Wait, hold
energy.
on. I've
Not
been
a
live.
fraction of
Wait,
it.
I've been live twice on this, 3 times, including today.
Well, lots of people have been going live, maybe not
Okay,
just
so
you, but
address
lots.
them then. Don't say
you've
me.
been, well, you've been participating in at least, like you say, 2, maybe 3 of them. I don't even know.
3 including today. Yes,
and
3
probably
including
in the
today.
Discord, you've probably been like, oh yeah, people were saying you were going off in Discords, and like you've
I'm not in
absolutely
any
been
servers, Martha.
going live. Maybe not
Okay,
just
so
you, but
address
lots
them.
of them. I don't even know.
3
but,
including today, Martha. So where the fuck did that happen at?
Well, how'd you get in Muppet's server then?
I joined that server that day to address you. So where the fuck else did that happen? Because
Hey,
I
Martha,
want to know.
hold on. The only reason that you got added to that,
somebody said that.
Martha, you only got
I'm not in servers.
You only got added to it
Like
because
Nate's server.
I'm not in Nate's server.
Wait, can I talk?
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Martha, the only reason why Gato was even in there was because you were addressing her and this game, let's add Gato then. And you're like, okay, let's add Gato. And then it became a whole fucking debate. So I don't know why you're surprised, like why she was in there. She wasn't in there to dog
I wasn't
on you.
surprised. I wasn't surprised that she was in there. I was totally fine with it. I said like maybe 3 things about her. We were discussing the entire thing, and people were like, "Oh, I can't stand Gato. She's so fucking annoying," or whatever. I'm like, "Yeah, she fucking sucks." Because the way you came at me, the way you've been coming at me, the way you always come at me, like,
Wait, can I ask
yeah,
a
you
question
suck.
whenever she's done?
Like, whatever, I'll say that. And I didn't go off for like a million years about it. Like,
Okay,
I had
so-
very few. I had very
Wait, can I ask
few
a quick
words to
question?
say about you.
Well, Grant, I just have to address her lives really quick.
Okay.
So first she said she had
Oh, now
only a
it's
few
lives.
words. You went off for 2 days, two separate days. You were shit talking me in Discords. Then on for 3 days straight on lives.
You're making it
Hold
seem
on,
like I was
I'm not done.
constantly.
No, it was only for like
a few things.
It was less than an hour. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't long. It was less for an hour in each instances. But for the lives, you went live on me, lying on me in Bubbles for 3 days straight, saying we said. Let me finish. You kept saying, "Oh, they said that I condone CSA. They said this." Again, $200 to anyone who could bring me
Bubbles,
that clip.
please send me that live where Megan said that and what Gato was saying, because I was just sitting there flabbergasted by the bullshit you guys were twisting about what I said.
If I
Okay,
said
so
that, why didn't you screen record it?
because you said, like, how could I screen record it after you said it? Like, what? How does that make sense?
Well, everybody on that live has said I did not say that, so
Okay,
I don't understand.
I'm not even sort of mistaken about that. Like, you said, yeah, condoning CSA is wild. To
Well,
be
if I
honest, or
did
something
say
like
that, then I worded it wrong and that was a mistake, but I genuinely really don't think I've ever said that, and I wouldn't mean to say
If I can
that.
get, if I could get Bubbles live, I will 1000% send that to you, because I'm not even like, at least with Lilith, I'm like, oh, did she say that I'd rather be SA 1,000 times? That's what I heard. That's what I totally thought she said, because she was defending me the entire time. And if we can get Shyler's live and listen to that 15, 20, 25 minute freak out you guys did, you're gonna hear Lilith have my back.
I just said that you're a transphobe and a homophobe.
Can I just Martha, can I ask? No, I'm not attacking you or anything like that. I don't mean any harm with what I'm about to ask. Why did you say that Dom was a perv? Because he did that, like that. When I saw that, that kind of did bother me. Because if we all sit on social media and on TikTok and we all say that we shouldn't just be, we don't like when people just make accusations like that with no proof of it. Yeah,
Let me answer. So what was happening was I was getting more and more frustrated in that Discord because there were 3 people being so unbelievably shitty towards me, twisting everything I was saying, calling me, there was 3v1 actually, calling me names.
People engaged, stop lying.
They were not having my back.
Yes, they were.
Summer came in briefly, but it was
No, she wasn't. She was there the whole time. So was Chloe. Thanks.
Let's call a spade a spade. It's because you're homophobic. You don't like gay people. I don't know if you guys noticed this.
Can you not?
No, I'm sorry, bigots.
Guys,
I'm sorry.
hold on. I just want
Can you just let me answer Grant's question?
I just wanted to answer my question because I find that very problematic because that's dangerous though.
Okay, let me answer it. Let me answer it. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, pylon. Basically, it felt like a pylon. It felt like really bad. So I basically just started doing the low blows back, and Dom was one of them who was doing low blows and calling me homophobic. And I said, okay, fine, perv. And I don't remember exactly why what I in response to that was. And the reason I said perv. Okay, whatever. The reason I said that, okay, can I have a thought process that isn't interrupted every single fucking time? So the reason why I said that was because he seems to get really mad at me and say I'm homophobic for pointing out, oh my God, can I please get it out? For pointing out the misogyny, for pointing out P3 and pointing out the perversions within the gay community. I feel like the people who hide behind it, but the people who are willing to bury it or call you homophobic for pointing any of it out, I find that they're just like, possibly pointing out the misogyny hide behind it, but the people, because they're, it was a low blow, and I said multiple times.
So are you gonna apologize?
Okay, well then can you okay, well I'm just asking respectfully. Can you apologize to him for that?
Like, I don't understand why he can say a whole bunch of shitty things to me, and then I say that, and everyone's just like, oh,
because it's bigoted. It's bigoted.
Hold on. I can explain. Hold on, Esme. Hold on. I can explain to you why. It's one thing. Well, let's be clear here. Some of the stuff that you have said or the tweets, you've admitted that it can come off homophobic, the things that you say. And I'm not saying this. I'm saying this as a heterosexual man. It can come off homophobic. But my thing is,
because you're not allowed to say anything bad about the gay community.
Hold on. It's even the tweets that you said. You can still see. You literally had to concede when you said that, and change your wording when you said that all GAY men.
I did not say all GAY men. I did not say.
You said GAY men.
She said P3s are mostly G men. She had to concede that
P3s are mostly. You conceded to that. But I'm just saying.
No, I just conceded to that. Obviously, they're a minority, so it's going to be per capita.
I'm just saying to say that Dom is a perv because you're upset.
Well, if you try to hide the perversion within your own community, it's kind of perverted.
But how did he do that?
Because he's trying to rebuff with homophobia rather than be like, hey, you're right, this is pretty fucked up.
That never happened, Martha. We were asking you to clarify what you meant in that tweets. You refused to say per capita. You kept doubling down and saying most P3s are G men because, like I said, you don't understand. It took me pulling it out.
But I understand that they're a minority. Of course, they're not going to be more of them in the G community. That doesn't make any sense. We tried to explain
that to you, just like I tried to explain it to you here. And even the first time, you still said, no, most P3s are G men. Until something clicked in your brain and you had to say, no, I meant per capita.
Okay, so that's fine. Like, why do you want to keep harping on it? Like, of course, I used the wrong language, but I meant the same thing.
But you doubled down on the wrong language in the Discord.
No, because I didn't understand what you were meaning, and no, in the Discord I didn't talk about it at all.
Yes, we addressed it to you. That's why you called him a perv in the first place, because you literally just said he was quote unquote trying to defend the hide or whatever. No,
well, he just called me homophobic. We didn't discuss anything else. He constantly calls me that.
Yeah,
because
why?
He thinks because I'm pointing out any of the harm the G community does, or any of how they support this disgusting ideology, or how they support pride with waving their dicks in kids' faces and shit at pride and all. Like, what should be happening is like, yeah, call that out instead of when people call it out, they get called homophobic. They're hiding behind people not wanting to be called homophobic.
That's not
you can't actually
Martha,
point out any of the harm the G community is doing.
You're trying to pivot and make it seem like
that's the
Nick,
reason
hold on.
why
I'm going to address
that.
No, it wasn't. The whole conversation, and
was.
Bubbles can speak on it. We were bringing up you being homophobic with your tweets. It was nothing about pride. It was nothing about anything else. It was because of your tweets. Stop trying to pivot and make it about pride or anything else.
No, that's what I'm saying. The reason why I said that to him, because I've had other conversations with him. I'm not talking about.
I saw your DMs with him. It was about also the per capita thing where you stopped replying to him because he proved your point. It was wrong.
No, he didn't. We had a fine conversation. I didn't stop replying to him. We ended our conversation.
I have DMs.
Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying is I think that's fucked up. Respectfully,
well, I think it's fucked up to try to hide what the G community is doing by calling.
No one's doing it.
Hold on.
Calling anybody
dumb.
Hold on. Dom has never supported anything that was egregious or anything that was done by the GAY community.
So then why does he have a problem with what I'm saying?
Because you're homophobic.
Because what you said was wrong. And then if you guys can agree to disagree, but I don't think you should be able to turn around and call him a pervert because of that. That's
But
dangerous
Nick,
stuff, man.
Nick, it wasn't even like a disagreeing to disagree thing. It what you saw how it took me like 5 minutes to get her to understand what per capita meant with the thing.
No, I was here. No, I
If
was
you
here.
guys want to
That's
crucify
was here.
one person,
that's
don't
what
mute
we
her.
were trying to do in the server, right? And she's taking that as Dom defending anything when we were literally trying tooth and nail to explain to her. So no,
You were not trying to. You weren't trying to do anything tooth and nail. You were being a total asshole. You were insulting.
I was
me.
insulting
You were being
you
as
alongside trying to explain
You were
it, yeah.
being as shitty as possible.
Wait, I'm not negating that. I
we
was
didn't actually have
disrespecting
any
you.
productive
Interrupting.
conversation.
Stop over talking.
My bad.
Stop.
We
Martha,
did not have
I'll
any
leave it
kind of
alone.
productive conversation. Dom and I did have a productive conversation where he asked me, which is good. He's like, "Hey, I'm concerned you're homophobic. Here's why." And I said, "Here's why I said that. Here's the studies." I sent them to him. Like he understands, but
And
then
you
because
stopped
you guys
replying when he disproved your point.
he didn't
Sorry.
disprove my point. Show me where he disproved my point.
The point of minus the per capita point, which you refused to include until I had to explain it to you for 5 minutes straight.
Are you going to keep on that? Like, so I said one word wrong that indicated something else. It says the same thing though. They make up the bigger proportion of, because in the, like, just like what we talk about in the prison systems with the trans identified people, of course they're the minority in the prison system. It's the same fucking shit.
I understand, but now that we have that established per capita, that's different.
Okay.
In your DMs, that's not what you were telling him.
Push
You were
straight
saying
over
that the majority of P3s were G men, and you kept doubling down
No,
on that.
I fucking didn't. No, I didn't.
Bro,
It doesn't even matter.
I would
you
never
doubled down
say
on the
that
live, Martha. You
I would
doubled down on the
never
live
say
until I
that
had
the
to explain it to
majority
you.
of P3s are G, because that's not
Yes,
even
you would.
physically
You
that's
said
not even excuse me, that's not even physically possible with the amount of because they're a minority. Like,
You
don't
know that
and
this live is recorded, right? Everyone heard you for 5 minutes straight. Me trying to explain how per capita would apply.
So Gato, we know that it wouldn't be impossible. We know that it would be impossible. You're not smart.
I know, Esme.
That's the thing, Mark. That's the thing, Martha. You're not smart.
Okay,
I'm tired of people act like you are. You're a fucking idiot. You're a homophobic, bigoted, racist idiot. You're a fucking Nimrod. All you do is parrot other shit you've heard online from other idiots. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know a damn thing about anything you fucking talk about.
Okay, have fun hating me. You can just keep having lives about how much you hate me and enjoy.
No one is. Homophobic you've heard online from other idiots. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know a damn. Wait, I'm sorry, Gato. Martha, you literally left.
Who just did somebody drop her? Or did
So
you
Martha, you left. So Martha, you came back because you realized nobody wanted you here. We're not talking about you. That's why the fuck you came back, because you realized that the world keeps spinning when you're gone.
I was going to say she's generalizing.
And also, Moop, go try to fuck a married man. Shut the fuck up. Go get a job. Stop being an alcoholic. What the fuck are you doing here?
I was going to say.
So I'm trying to invite her up and she's rejecting. So
30-year-old woman, a 30-year-old woman who's like fucking loves TikTok drama. Go get a fucking life. That's why you look for married men. You need validation all the time.
I was going to say she's generalizing the whole GAY community as being the same, and just because Dom happens to be a gay man, he's suddenly thinking the same as. I don't know. I don't.
Well, I do want to address 2 points. Esme, to be fair, I don't think that was fair because the whole context. I know the whole context. It wasn't Muppet. Wasn't like she wasn't doing that. It was like being done to her. Which, not saying she's like an innocent thing, but I don't think it was that simple. But also, what I was gonna say is that
did Martha leave or did someone drop her?
I didn't drop her.
She fucking left. She fucking left.
She dropped
Also,
herself.
it's so funny because someone commented and someone said, she has gay people on her panel all the time. That doesn't mean you're not homophobic just because you happen to panel gay people. Like, what are you talking about?
No, that definitely doesn't not mean.
That's like saying I'm not racist. I panel with black people. Like, what?
I think she does that to make.
I don't know.
She's not homophobic.
I'm sorry. That's like been bugging me because Dom doesn't do anything, and I wanted to speak up for Dom because he don't really speak up for himself like that. But I do think that her saying that, and all I said was, I mean, you guys can have a disagreement, that's fine, but calling him a perv is kind of dangerous because you're upset with him. That's like in my offense. That's kind of just like. Oh no, wait. In my defense, that's like literally being friends, and I'll use the analogy so people understand it. That's like someone saying, "Oh, well, you're my black friend today, but you piss me off tomorrow, I'm gonna call you the N-word. I'm not saying Martha's done that, but I'm just saying, to me, when you immediately go for the jugular like that and call somebody a perv, that's crazy, and I don't like that because
And
that's dangerous.
people in the comments are saying I ruined the conversation. I don't give grace to bigots. I don't. I'm like, I love everyone on this panel, but I feel like y'all aren't being mean enough. She's a fucking bigot, attention seeking narcissist who left, realized nobody gave a fuck, then came back. I could genuinely care less about placating to a fucking idiot. I don't care. Like, I've been telling y'all this whole time that she's a fucking idiot. I do not care.
Wait, Martha said that she got. Wait, hold on. Martha said that she got blocked.
I didn't block her. It sounds like the only reason she called Dom a perv is because he's gay, and does she think that's not homophobia? Because it absolutely is. It's disgusting. I'll check who blocked her because I can see.
I haven't blocked or muted anyone this entire time.
It doesn't say she's blocked.
I've just been eating my steak and shake.
She's not blocked.
I don't know.
You're not in the blocked list, Martha.
Yeah, she's not, because she has to make herself a fucking victim in everything. Because
well,
oh my god, they're attacking me. I said something stupid and they're holding me accountable. They're attacking me.
She said that she's on another account right now, so maybe she got like.
Martha's right here. Whoever you are saying I only chat shit with Martha isn't there. She's in the comments, dude.
No. She's saying that she's blocked on her other account. She's on a different account right now.
No, she's not in the blocked list.
Well, I know, but that's what she's saying. She said...
You guys hear me? Yes,
yeah,
you can. Sorry.
You can now. She said, I'm not blocked on this account, but I am on my other account.
I'll chat shit when Martha's here. I did. Didn't I go off at Martha earlier for lying about me? Yes, I did.
Yeah. My last main contention is that she's just not apologizing to Dom. Like, I don't get why she wouldn't do that. And also, we didn't get to address how her logic was faulty. And it also, if she actually felt that that child mutilation was worse than CSA, her metric of normal applies to both CSA and child mutilation. But she's gone, so I can't even address that.
No, she's in the comments. She's in the comments.
Can you guys invite her up?
Someone? Yeah, really quickly. Someone that has Blue's personal number. Can you guys?
I don't have her on anything.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sure.
I think Liz or Alex can reach out.
I have her number.
Someone in the comments saying they can barely hear me. I'm sorry if I have a quiet.
Why are we asking for Scotty's number?
Do you want me to shout?
I have no idea. Somebody, Lilith told me to have somebody message Blue. I don't know why she didn't say why.
Who needs to? Why we need to message Blue? What's going on?
I don't know. They just said
I don't know.
Detention, but I don't know why.
Can you all hear me, or can you not?
Yeah,
hear me?
Lilith, can you clarify why I need to message Scotty so that I have context?
Hey, Mish.
Hi. So I need to say something. Anybody calling Dom a perv is an absolute fucking idiot. I've known Dom on this app for 1.5 years, and we've talked vacation and that sort.
Period.
Mish. Period.
So it's absolutely fucking wild that you have to resort to calling somebody who's challenging you or trying to hold you accountable to that kind of word. That's what's disgusting.
Well, I mean, she's also resorted to comparing CSA to being gender dysphoric. There's nothing she's not willing to do.
Oh, yeah, I know that. But it's like, I just know Dom personally, so it's just absolutely fucking sick when people have to resort to that.
My only beef with Dom is he takes all my coins. That's my only beef with Dom. He takes all my coins, and I don't like it.
She's a homophobe. She's a racist.
The thing that
all of it.
I just wanted to say really quick, that conversation and Bubbles or the other people who were involved, we were all talking to her about multiple things, but her tweets were included in that. Dom was never trying to defend Pride. He never has. He doesn't fucking go to Pride. All that bullshit she tried to pivot to, Dom has never done. So she literally is trying to, like, parrot these points thinking it'll get people to help her. Like, be like, oh yeah, Dom is a perv. No. Dom never defended that.
It's funny too because I don't even think Dom was really the one calling her homophobic. That's not what caused her to call him a perv, because she was saying that because she was like, "Oh, he attacked me first." Like, no, he didn't. Like, literally, you saw in the screenshot, all he said was "get help," and then she said, "I can say the same thing back to you, perv."
And it's funny. She said to a gay man after.
I'm getting ready to drop. I appreciate y'all.
Bye,
just
Bye,
let
Nick.
this be the last. Let this be the last week we fucking argue about this shit, and let's get back to what we normally do. Because this shit is crazy.
Yeah. Bye,
Y'all have a
Nick.
good night. Stay safe.
Bye, Nick.
Peace out.
Someone in the comments.
We can hear you, but it might be different on the panel, though.
No, I think I'm just quiet, and they were making fun of that.
No, I don't think they're making fun of it. They probably like if maybe you were talking like when other people were talking, and since you're so quiet, they didn't hear you.
Because I said I went off at Martha, and they said you can't go off at anyone. You're too quiet.
I think they're just saying in a general sense that you're like more quiet.
Yeah, people are saying in the comments they can hear you. It's funny too because people in the comments were saying that me and Gato quote started the hate train of Martha. Like nobody was trying to make a cancellation of Martha or try to start a hate train. She said something that was horrific in a live that we were in, and Gato and I just decided to step up and say that it was wrong, and we were challenging her on her viewpoints. That's not us starting a hate train on what she said. She caused this by her comparison and continuing to double down on it multiple times.
Yeah,
Muppet,
like I don't know
Muppet,
what.
please find another male to find validation from. Please, leave me alone. I'm all set with you.
She's obsessed with you, Ismarie.
She is. Yeah, I'm not married either, so I don't get it. We know that's her type. Leave me alone.
I just wanted to say, yeah, Martha's continued to double down on her definition. Actually, let me pull up her definition of normal.
I'm not married either, so I don't get it.
I just wanted to say, I can.
Uzi, come up now.
Bro, every time someone says Uzi, all I can think of is Uzi. Not
Uzi.
again.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Her definition of normal is quote unquote recover to the degree that I can have a normal life, I can have a husband, a family, and well, just functional. I'm able to work, I'm able to have a family, I'm able to have a relationship, I'm able to enjoy a level of mental health that is not catastrophic. You know, I'm living a good life that is satisfying and good. So she was talking about that CSA victims.
Is that from a screenshot?
What?
I said, is that from a screenshot?
No, it's from a clip, but I can get the clip. I could play it. I just quoted it when I wrote it down. And this is what she said. This is how CSA victims could be normal. That is what her definition of normal is. Okay? That applies to child mutilation victims.
Weird.
Unless she's just saying that like the only way to truly have a family is to adopt. I meant to like give birth to them and stuff like that. Then that's a whole other discussion, which I don't know. And also, like, yeah, it's an atrocity that children are being mutilated. It's an atrocity that children are being SA'd. But to say one is worse, one under her definition of normal, it's the same to both. I don't get it.
And then she was trying to say like, oh, someone who got SA'd has the chance to live a normal life. Like, what the like?
Well,
what?
I just gave you her definition of normal still applies to both.
Right.
Well,
anyway, Animosity, you want to speak?
I went through years of CSA, and my genitals have been flayed, removed, and inverted, and there's no recovering from the latter. But I can get therapy. I'm married. I have a good job. I have good income. There's mental impacts, but there are things I can live with.
Well, then Martha thinks you're normal.
There's nothing. Well, in many cases, like from that, I have gotten a lot better, and can be normal one day. Like
Well, then Martha thinks you're normal. Then you're just a case.
Yeah, but there's no normal to what's been done to my body. There's
no normal to CSA victims either.
So are you trying to wait? Hold on. So Anna, are you trying to say you agree with Martha in saying that children transitioning is worse than children being sexually abused?
I think that the impact of having your genitals removed is much more irrecoverable. I think I've gotten a lot of treatment in 20 years that allowed me to have like a functional relationship and a job and be happy. And like there are impacts from CSA that I still live with now at 34. But I'll live with the impacts of having my genitals removed for the rest of my life.
CSA victims live with it too.
So wait, so hold on.
I don't like to think that I'll never.
Just real quick.
But like, there's
So
nothing
Anna, wait, hold on. Wait, Anna. So you didn't. So was that a yes? You think that it's worse because you just didn't.
Like you just said a whole bunch of like nothing.
I do
Like,
I do think having your genitals removed and inverted has like a more like irrecoverable measure.
That's not what Bubbles is asking.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking if you think one is more like you're not able to recover. I'm asking, do you think one is worse than the other?
I think like
if you don't want to answer that, then that's fine. Like
I feel like they're both extremely terrible things.
Okay, we agree.
Like I did answer it in the sense that like one has like physical harm that's 100% irrecoverable on an like
yeah,
what
both
my
do.
stepdad
Like,
did
we're
to
not
me,
disagreeing.
What my stepdad did to me caused physical damage to my body. Like I have scars on my body, but like what was done to my genitals. Like, there's nothing you can do to fix it.
Well, what
like,
about
there's
hold on? But what
nothing
about
to
the
be done.
hold on? But what about the CSA victims who have lost their uterus due to sexual abuse?
I would say at that point, like that, it is equally as physically. Yeah, no, that's it. That,
Okay, so you agree that
Can I ask? Wait, can I ask Anna a question?
I think like situationally, like for example, I have scar tissue in places that's not recovered, even now. And like, if that damage was much worse, then it could arguably be equal to what was done to my genitals. So yeah, no, if someone lost organs because of this, that's exactly the same level of like physical injury as SRS that's not recoverable.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, but it like you. I think you agree with us that they're both just atrocious things that you like. Yeah, like you can reach a normal point in your life, but you're never going to get to the point where you were before that. Like I'm not. We don't disagree.
Wait, but also people in the comments are saying that you transitioned as an adult, correct?
I started transitioning as a teenager and I finished as an adult. Yes.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know. People were saying that you transitioned as an adult, so I was just
I've
clarifying.
been medicalizing for 17 years.
Wait, when did you get the SRS? When did you get the SRS?
As an adult, as I said.
I see. Okay.
So this is not even like to Martha's point.
It's not. No.
I don't even care what people.
No, I'm not trying to minimize what you like. It's
like for example, I have a friend who had sexual organs removed at 13 years old. That would be like worse.
That's atrocious.
Like the average physical damage outside of like at the point where you lose, sexual organs. The mental traumas are different, but both are very severe.
I don't think we should be like comparing mental traumas of like child abuse right now. But if you agree that they're both atrocious and you're not trying to, what'd you say?
I wanted to give. I don't.
No, I think Lacey was saying something. I didn't
care what people have opinion on it.
Oh
yeah, sorry,
who
I have
dropped
bad
them?
Wi-Fi. But like, what I'm trying to say is, I don't even care what people have opinion
I
on
didn't
it.
drop anyone.
Trauma. What's the point?
Lacey, you're lagging. Lacey, you're lagging really badly. By the way,
talk now. I've been trying for a while.
Yeah, go ahead. Did someone drop Anna? Because I don't. Well, because the mods are saying in the comments that Anna was dropped. I didn't drop anybody.
I didn't. It was in response to Anna. I kind of lost my thought now, but I was going to say that the damage from CSA can be just as bad. In my experience, I'm 26 years old and I still have PTSD and nightmares from it. So,
Also, I don't know why
I've had has helped that. So,
no, Megan, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's just funny to me that people are trying to still call Anna she and a woman, but Anna's G-trans. Anna doesn't even identify as being a woman.
I mean, also, but Alex just pointed out a good point. They said what Anna did as an adult is not the same as CSA. They consented as an adult to SRS and then regretted it later on. It's like, okay, yeah, that's also horrible. But child medical mutilation is not the same as adult mutilation.
Children can consent, adults can't.
Yeah,
I think you misquoted it.
Children can't consent, adults can is what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
No amount of therapy I've had
Can y'all hear me?
took away the trauma.
Exactly. Lacey, you have to like your thing's really low. Like I'm not even trying to be mean, but your thing's
Am I
low.
lagging still?
I think you are, but your thing's low too.
Just very quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, okay, so when it comes to transitioning, it is a choice. When it comes to CSA, the person does not have a choice.
Can't consent.
Depending on like if you, I mean, I can understand how it's equally effective. Like the child is, you know, if it's a child transitioning, but if it's a whole adult, that is a choice. You're transitioning at your own choice.
Like as an adult, what's their names? Anna said that they did this as an adult. I thought this was like a child mutilation thing, but it was just an adult who regrets it later on.
Yeah, children. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a typical detransitioner tokenizing themselves to demonize transitioning. It's like, typical thing. It's just so like
transitioning should be demonized.
Hasn't
When it comes to medical transition, it should be demonized. So if anything, she was doing y'all a favor.
No, not really.
Yeah, wait,
really.
Wait, hold on, Liddy. Unless we're gonna preface this by saying all cosmetic and elective surgeries are bad, then okay, then we can have that discussion. But if you're just gonna say only trans people, then you're just special pleading to trans.
I don't think I said the word only trans people. So you are getting at something
You said
that I
medical
didn't even say.
transitioning.
Liddy,
Are you transitioning when you get a boob job? In transition.
Anna's a man, by the way, Liddy. I think you said she. I'm just saying, is a man.
Oh, okay. Well, he, she, they, them, it, there, them, whatever.
I don't know about it, but anyways, I was just gonna say, like I'm really sorry that all happened to Anna, but that's not even. I also don't even think that they were disagreeing with us. They were saying that both are like equally atrocious. So they're not even.
They couldn't answer the questions.
I couldn't tell, but like that's not Martha's point. Martha's point is that child mutilation is worse than CSA. So that wasn't like that didn't do anything.
Martha complaining about being on trial for this publicly makes me want to make it even more public.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
if you don't mean
it's
it.
funny because people want to say that we're like someone in the comments said that me and Gato started the hate train of Martha, which is crazy because if me and Gato weren't the ones to call her out on that live, it would have been literally anybody else that were in our spots. We just happened to be there at the right time.
Oh no, Bubbles! You haven't heard her talking about this weird hierarchy thing she thinks exists on
Wait,
TikTok.
What hierarchy?
She said that people listened because Dom and I were the first to say it. Well, not Dom. That I was one of the first people to say it, and then once I started saying it, other big creators got on and started saying it, and then people
saying what? What do you mean?
That like Martha was wrong for this for what she said.
She matters in her head way more than she actually does.
What's crazy though? Oh, Martha's live right now. I think she just sent me a live.
I don't care.
Of course she is. Of course she's live.
I was gonna say, like the thing is if people like Logic call you out, you're wrong because Logic is not the type to come up and be like to voice her opinion on drama. So like I just feel like, and it's funny too because then she started saying how like Envy and like Nate and all of them like threw her under the bus. Like what the fuck is she talking about?
She needs to get a fucking life and a job. That's what the fuck she needs to do.
Also, Denzel is funny as fuck. He goes, Bubbles wanted to be Martha so bad she had to take out the competition.
Wait, hold on, wait. What Martha did you want to be? Did you want to be streaming your live talking to like 10 people? Is that the Martha you wanted to be, Bubbles?
Well,
or screaming
confused,
AGP?
Like, it's funny too because someone else had commented like earlier saying something like, you're not at Martha's level. I don't know what the fuck you guys think this is, guys. But
also,
like,
yeah, if you hold Martha to that hard, if you hold her to that high of a regard, you think your fucking priorities.
Like this is fucking TikTok. I don't have any like desire to be Martha or to be at her level. Like this is fucking TikTok. Like this proves our point that you guys see these people as like fucking idols or see them as some sort of like
of personalities.
If I'm ever at Martha's level, take me out.
Like you guys have parasocial relationships with these people
They're
online. It's fucking weird.
As I said on Reddit, they're cults of personality. They have people who just fucking surround them and like suck them off all the time, and it's embarrassing.
I have friends, but thanks though.
If there was an I Hate Martha fan club or hate club, Esme would be the leader of that.
I would be the president. I've always
Well, but it's just funny too because like
I'm never like Martha. Not
funny because Gato, I wish you brought up the clip of this or brought this up. But remember you said that Martha had said like she like only calls out certain people and doesn't call
Yes,
out.
I have that. I'm on my iPad. I have to switch to my phone, but actually, I'm gonna just send it to myself, and then but you can keep talking.
Crazy because literally, like, she doesn't call out certain people that fight alongside her. But if there's anybody else that does the same like actions of those people, she'd be calling it out like instantly.
There's a comment. There's a comment I wanted to read. It says, "You mean the same Martha that said that AI should replace teachers?" Did she say that?
Yeah.
She did. Esmeralda, did you hear her say that?
I've heard it, yes.
Bro, what?
Bro, that's funny as fuck. They said, you want to be Martha so bad. You guys, you're so right. I literally, like, when I look in the mirror every day, I just picture myself as Martha. What do you mean?
Bubbles, I have the clip of her also saying that she has no community in real life, and she comes to TikTok for community. She comes to TikTok to get W Marthas for her dopamine hits. If I ever, bro, if Martha was ever a point in my life where I wanted to be her, please take me out. And I'm not even kidding.
Also,
like,
it's funny. It's funny too because someone said Gato and Bubbles have been in deep study of Martha. You guys do understand that. I can't speak for Gato, but as for myself, I literally like always like fought alongside Martha. Like I never really like anytime someone said that her views were radical, I like didn't really understand at the time. You guys are acting like I've always had it out for Martha this entire time. All that happened was she said something fucking horrific, and it finally opened my eyes to the shit that she has said and done in the past, and I called her out for her bullshit. Like, no, like, this has nothing to do with, like, doing deep study on her. Like, what are you talking about?
I've hated her ever since she made it a personality trait to tokenize black suffrage. Ever since, like, she compares everything to the suffering of black people. Once you started doing that, I was like, this bitch is weird. Like,
Uzi, that's bullshit because she's complaining that we wouldn't let her back up after she dropped. She didn't request. If she requested, we'd have let her back up. And nobody blocked her or checked the block list twice.
she has to make herself the victim. It's the only way she can feel like
I literally have the screenshots of her like commenting on the live, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but she literally commented, and the way that I took it was that she was either A, gonna unalive herself, or B, get off the app completely, because the way that she worded this shit was fucking weird. She's like, I'm so tired of this toxic world. This was my last straw. Goodbye, guys. What?
Like, please get the fuck out of here. No one cares. And the world kept spinning.
Lady,
don't expect us to beg for you to stay. I'm sorry.
I was reading Liddy's comments. Liddy, do you have a problem with us talking about Martha?
Wait, Uzi said she's live right now complaining that we wouldn't let her up. She wasn't even in the request. What is she talking about?
That's what I just said.
I invited her up myself and she did not come up.
And she's not in the book.
I have a problem with you talking about Martha, but it's tired. Like, the storyline is tired.
Why are people saying
So
that?
why the fuck are you up here?
Why are people saying
Because
that,
the panel says something completely different. I didn't know the panel said, oh, let's talk about Martha. It says, what's your most controversial opinion, Esmeralda? Please don't come at me sideways, Esmeralda.
I'm coming.
Well, if you're not a part of the Martha situation, then I don't know why you're up here. Goodbye.
Why'd you drop him?
Because he has no idea about the Martha situation and has no idea what we're talking about. So why would he be up here?
I don't think this live is just about Martha, though.
No,
I mean, right now it is. And he
Yeah.
also, bro, he immediately came up and started being shady toward Gato and Esmeralda. Like, why would I want someone up here that's just...
Got the video. I got the video.
Like, mod abusing you because I dropped you one time.
Drop me. Like, what? Are you mad because I said the Mara storyline?
No, because you had nothing to do with the situation.
Doesn't matter. It's tired.
No, so lady,
Hold on, wait. I have the. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go Gato.
No, mine's just a video, but I can go after.
I was just gonna say, like, he's saying the Martha storyline is tired, but guess what? Also, the world kept spinning. I do not care. I'll talk about it till my lungs hurt. Like, it's
Esmeralda is the leader of the hate.
called free will. It's called free will.
The amount of times you didn't said the world kept spinning in the last 5 minutes. Please get a new phrase.
Well, let it spin some more. Let it spin some more here.
I said it twice.
There's been things that you guys have said, even people that I
You
really
said it
like,
3 times.
that are just like, holy fuck, you know? And I just ignore it.
Is this her live right now?
No, that was her a few days. That was her on. I forgot what day. Yeah, hold on. Wait. Be quiet. Be quiet.
There's been things that you guys have said, even people that I really like, that are just like, holy fuck, you know? And I just ignore it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So she literally is admitting she has no moral backbone. She has a mod who literally within the last month told a woman for her kid to get raped for her toddlers.
Baylor?
Yeah.
That's her mod. But you know what? She looks the other
Baylor
way.
is sucking her ass because she literally he
All
made
Failure
how-
does is fucking mouth breathe. I fucking hate Failure too.
Someone told me that they think Failure has some kind of mental disability. So since then, I've not went off at him for the comment he made, but I know that doesn't excuse.
But there's
it.
there's no proof of that though.
No, I know there's no proof, but they think the way he speaks and stuff. But obviously, no, there's no proof.
You know what? Because Martha swears that I'm here to make fun of her. I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna play the clip of her saying she has no community in real life, and she comes to TikTok to get her Marthas for dopamine hits. I'm gonna be nice and not play that.
W
But I've been waiting for Martha to drop, like, and to bury her own. I'm sorry, you know what?
too.
But and
what?
To bury her.
Bury your own like GRAVE.
For her to drop her own, you know, and bury her own. I knew that she was going to say something one day that everybody was going to be like, "Oh, this is actually how you really think and feel about this." Because she is. Some of us are here for the right reasons, and some of us aren't. She isn't.
Bro, literally when she started talking about this, literally again, tell me why I literally like she sent a whole essay.
She was going to say something one day that some of us are here for the right reasons and some of us aren't. She isn't.
Essay in the
Tuesday.
Like,
Yeah, this Bubbles. This only happened because she kept shit talking me in Discord.
No, I know.
This would have stopped if she stopped talking about this after the last day and stopped going live about it. None of this would be happening right now. I would have left for good. I'm not even supposed to be here. I came back because I said on Reddit, if she was here, I would do a 1v1 with her. And I did. And she conceded on all her points. Well,
also, it's so
except
funny
one.
that people in the comments are saying you guys are, like, when you're done with Martha, you're just gonna wait for the next person to jump. Like, you guys are acting like we went at her for no reason, or like we had a disagreement with her for absolutely no reason, like unprovoked.
I haven't liked Martha for months.
Yeah, so I just got back from her live, and she said that she's not going to apologize for calling Dom a perv because, in her words, maybe he could still be one. I don't know him. He could still be a perv.
All right, now you know what? I'm gonna be rude. I'm gonna play Martha crying about her not having community. BRB.
Do we dogpile alive?
Her saying that she's not gonna apologize for calling Dom a perv because he still might be one is crazy.
The past few months, I've not liked Martha. I've just been too scared to. I've told Bubbles on Discord before.
With her take, someone check her hard drive for real.
Remember, I told you on Discord.
Scared of another
Bubbles.
grown adult on the internet.
I believe you haven't liked her for. Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? Because ever since she made the blackface drag comparison, that's when I went off her. And now every time she was joining a live, she just monologued, and I just tuned out every time.
She says a lot of.
What was scary about her?
Who said she was scared?
No, I said what was scary about her.
No, but who said
I'll say what's scary about her. What's scary about her is that she pretends like she's up here advocating for women's rights when actually, in all actuality, she is against feminine men. She is against feminine expression on men. She is against being gay. She is against all of these things, and I've heard it from her mouth. It ain't about people making up shit about her. This is words coming from her mouth. The reason that I stopped liking Martha was 8 months ago. She was on debate. She was with a feminine gay man debating. She was getting through to this man, and then she started asking this man, getting into this man's life, and he started talking to her about how he dresses feminine and this and that. And she started calling him a colonizer himself. She is not here to advocating what she says she's advocating for, and that is scary.
Yeah,
what is she here for? Because it sure shit ain't the right thing.
Hello, hang on real quick. I see. Am I reading this comment right?
I don't.
What comment?
Ginger Giraffe, did I say I wanted a medal? No.
I want a medal.
Get the fuck out of here.
I want one. God help me this month.
I'm tired of people coming for me every time I speak on this.
All right, I got it. I got an entertaining one.
All right, everybody mute for Gato to play the video.
Oh my god.
I am in my heart. You gotta understand though, I've never had anything like this before where there's like a community, like, you know, where there's people and I have a voice and I have impact and I have the addictive factor of it and the W Marthas and the all these kinds of things. It's intoxicating and it's addictive and it fulfills all this human need, like connection and belonging. And I shouldn't be getting it from here. I should not be getting connection and belonging from here.
Dumb, lonely bitch. Fuck you.
On her live.
Yeah, no. She wants to say, oh, he could be still about Dom. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Now what? Now it's fuck you.
Oh?
Now it's, you know what? I'm not gonna keep cursing.
Joining, but I could not believe what I had just heard there, so I had to come on and report.
Martha.
He's winning. Oh, look at Adriana.
Yeah, and guys, you guys are being, oh, you guys are bullying at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna bully a bitch who wants to be rude. You really want to get, like, you want to joke now? Let's joke. Let's joke.
Thank you, Adriana. Thank you.
Thanks, Adriana.
Wait,
Adriana.
Literally said, she's saying what you all should be thinking. We don't get our validation from TikTok. We don't sit here getting our dopamine hits from whatever. That's some weird shit. If you
debatable.
don't have wait, we all should be thinking. We don't get our validation. Bro.
He literally sounds like fucking Kikoa. I can't.
Why do you keep saying that, Bubble?
No, he doesn't. Not in the slightest.
Also, someone took Liz's spot, so I need to drop someone.
It was Lilith.
Oh, I don't know who
So
did.
what did I?
Sorry, just wanted to say hey.
I don't care who did it.
Drop cat.
You said drop cat? Is that what you said?
No, I said she doesn't need to drop. She
Thank you, Adriana. Love you.
Say cat? Is that what you said?
No, I said she doesn't need.
Thank you, Adrian.
You really do sound like him, bro.
No, easy. You don't sound like him.
I've definitely seen his lives before, but I haven't checked in on his attention.
No, you really don't.
Easy.
Oh gosh.
What was I going to say? I've lost my thought.
Low-key, the one good thing I can say is the fact that she's very good at multitasking, and I can't do that.
That's true. She's always
I
at this
can't,
roast.
bro. I can't be on a live talking on a skateboard. I would eat shit.
Who's more?
Well, no. When people say they're on a skateboard, that just means they're driving. They don't want to say it because they don't want to get the live ticket.
Oh.
I wish.
Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid.
There's a good thing about Martha.
Because I said there ain't no way this bitch is skateboarding to the grocery store.
No, everybody says skateboard because if you say you're driving, it flags alive.
That's tea. I didn't know that.
Weddy, who's mod abusing?
Bro, he's talking about me. Hold on, Lilith. Wait, I dropped Liddy because Liz said to save her spot and wanted to come back up, and Liddy has been doing nothing but complaining about how this is a childish live. So why the fuck am I gonna keep you in here when you're doing nothing but complaining?
He is always on Blue's panel.
I mean,
Wow.
I think this is I think this is just proof she doesn't actually care. If she was good faith, she would have apologized to Dom. But it literally took her 10 years to get her to concede on her points. I think I got her concede on all of them but one. Yeah, she's just. I think Martha's an AGP.
I'm really
a narcissistic AGP.
Anybody who supports her.
Martha's AGP, excuse me?
Yes, Martha is a narcissistic AGP. I'm convinced.
Doctor, where's your
hooting and I'm hollering.
My source, I'm gonna get it for you right now. It's in my ass. That's where it is.
Period.
Oh.
I'm gonna pull a Martha. I'm gonna get it for you tomorrow.
Can somebody give me a rundown of
I'm
what
trying to think of what my thought was.
What'd you say, Lilith?
what happened while I was not present?
I don't know.
Not really anything.
I'm trying to think what my thought was. God, what was it?
Well, she was particularly upset with you, Lilith.
Hashtag Martha's
It
an
was
AGP.
Martha.
Yeah, because she claimed that you were initially defending her and then
Lilith
switched sides when it became popular
But
to
the
go
thing
against
is,
her.
though, Lilith wasn't defending what she said, saying she'd rather be SA'd. The only thing that she defended was she was saying that people were initially misconstruing what she said, not that she was defending the comparison. That's all she said. At least on Shiler's live.
I've been very upfront about the fact that I've only defended rather the point of when people are mischaracterizing what she actually had said, because I'd been there for every single time she had said it. And I've always been very upfront with that, and I even told her originally that I know, baby, I don't want to eat the cookie.
Liddy, who are you talking about, brother?
Martha kept
You're talking
coming.
about me, and I would do it the fuck again. You're coming up here complaining about nothing with the fucking live, and just sitting here.
Are you mad
comments.
because I said it's childish that you won't?
No, bitch. You're Planning to be on.
Martha kept
You're talking
coming.
about me, and I would do it the fuck again. You're coming. Why would I keep you on the?
It's gonna be misogynistic, so stop calling me out my name.
Why would I keep you on the panel when you're?
Stop calling me out my name. I didn't do anything.
Keep you on the panel when you're contributing nothing.
Like, you state your opinion, right? So I can also state mine. So
You're doing nothing contributing to the conversation, so why would I keep you up here? You're doing nothing but bitching in the comments. Why do you want to be on the panel so bad at this live? It's so childish. Get the fuck out of here.
Anyway, Uzi, she also said that I had claimed that I would rather get raped 10,000 times rather than have a transition. When have I said that?
Right.
I've never heard it.
Period.
Megan, that cat is so cute.
No, it makes it blurry every time I put my cat up. I don't know why. Martha kept coming for me for apparently saying she condones sexual assault, but I don't remember ever saying that.
Just makes shit up out of her fucking ass and then expects everybody. I don't want to eat the cookie cutters, Kailani.
I want to put my cat.
I mean,
sorry. Oh my God.
Either way, she conceded on her point. So, if I guess, she conceded on all TRAs being P3s and P3 apologists. She tooth and nail explained that that most P3s are G-men. She meant per capita.
Well, you didn't get into the serial unalivers.
The serial unalivers point. There's no. I haven't found a database.
Right. I'm just saying that she didn't.
Not the database.
No, I get that. I'm just saying that she didn't address that. She didn't address that part of it.
That sounds like the archives at Bass Pro Shop, the database.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, this is why Nate got kicked from her live, because he was trying to explain to her what an implicit bias, implicit meaning was in words, and she was like, no, it's not. Nuh-uh. She literally pulled the nuh-uh, and then kicked him about 2 minutes later. So this is just like an issue of a woman who says things, but she just doesn't understand them, or I actually think she just doesn't understand them. Like, because I was gonna be like, well,
that's how a narcissist operates, right? Like, that she stands 10 toes, she comes in alive, she says what she needs to say, she thinks she's right about everything that comes out of her mouth, she has people that toot her little horn and tell her, you're doing fantastic, sweetie, and then she harps on those individuals, and then when somebody calls her out for, I don't know, something she said, right, which is factual, she just decides that she's gonna come for everybody's image, come for everybody's personality, and make lies up about them to distract everybody from what she actually said.
There are certain people that side with Martha, that literally Martha could say like the most outrageous, vile shit, and they're still gonna back her.
Well, the thing is, but Bubbles, they were all backing her before she explained all her points. So I'm going to stand 10 toes. I'm going to stand 10 toes down and say that the people who were supporting her before she explained it are still homophobic and transphobic, because before this, she was still making those blanket statements. She was not saying per capita. She was not saying, I don't mean all. She was still doing the blanket statements, even when people were asking for explanations.
Well, think about it this way, right? Like, if you have somebody like Martha that regurgitates the same bullshit over and over again, quite literally, like Nate said, from a fucking script. Like, when you have somebody that does that, you're gonna have dumbass people like Manimal and Life who like follow her because they think what she's saying is smart.
Lilith, I forgot to tell you. When you confronted him on Echo's panel, not Echo's panel, it was Echo's live, he streamed it. I forgot whose panel it was. It was you, Bubbles, and I came in there late. When you confronted him, there was at 16 minutes, he goes, when I asked him, well, you brought it up, or you or Bubbles brought it up, I asked him straight up, so do you think that it's permissible to call CPS on a trans woman parent? He said no, but I understand it happened. So, and then we dropped it there. 10 minutes later, at 28 minutes, one of you brought up screenshot. I think it was Lilith. You brought up the screenshot, and that's when he changed his tune and said,
"Oh no,
well,
it was me who showed the screenshot."
My bad.
So yeah,
you showed the screenshot, and then he said, "Well, no, I do mean it." And then you guys really started going at it. So that's just proof. He's gonna lie too, even when you provide proof. He'll say "nuh-uh," but then he was like, I guess once you showed proof of his comment, he was like, "Okay, yeah, I did."
Can you all rate my drink? This was from last week. I went to like a paint and pottery class thing, and we had drinks.
What was
that
it?
Looks chill.
It needs to be fucking protected at all costs.
Honestly, I don't remember. It was like strawberry. I think it had vodka in it. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes,
Dom.
strawberry daiquiri.
Oh, it might have been actually.
As a bartender, 8 out of 10.
I said 500.
Yeah, it was so good. I don't know what
It looks about as fruity as Dom.
Oh, Darian!
About as pervy.
Oh. No, I didn't say all that.
We shouldn't joke like that. We shouldn't joke
Hey,
like that.
I've been
I don't
giving
think
I've
it's
been
funny.
giving Dom his perv W's. I said win perv Dom all the time in the chat.
I know, but it's still, I still, like, she's still so nasty for that. And she's so weird how she's like, oh, well, he still could be. Hello,
Yeah, that's
bitch?
weird.
You're the
That's-
one who's always talking about fucking, oh, well, the only way to live a normal life is to have an orgasm. Like, hello? You're jealous of G-men?
Can I just say something real quick? Overlord, if you're saying that it's situational over after standing 10 toes down on the fact that you agree with Manimal saying that you should call CPS on anybody that has a child that's trans, then you can't, like, just because I'm asking you for myself, like, because I'm personally also a parent that has a child with somebody who's trans, if you think that I should have my child taken away, you just look like a hypocrite, babe. Because you honestly just make it seem like you are placating special cases.
I'm upset. Title gave my drink a 1 out of 10. That's just...
Shit about what Title thinks. That guy's irrelevant.
Well, I ultimately think...
Not too much on Title.
Oh, I'll talk shit about Title all day and night.
Hey, this is my cat in a Timu wig.
What the hell?
Oh, look at the cat.
I bought it off of
stiff.
Timu for like 40 cents. Look at it.
That shit's
Not the
stiff.
cat, but the wig.
I wish I could show my cat, but when I put my cat up, it goes weird. I don't know why.
But I was gonna say, I think ultimately that was fine. I mean, I still think, like I said earlier, people are weird because they were supporting her when she kept doubling down on the weird version of what she was saying, like pre-explanation, and she still like 10 toes down on the CSA thing, even though her logic, which I can clip Bubbles if you ever need it, I'll send it to you. But I think I'm done at, like, it's just dead after this. People are fucking weird. Just let them keep being weird after this. Ew. Sorry, I saw my screen.
Did you see the comments though? Like nobody knew who to agree or disagree with because it was everybody on every other side, bro. I'm screaming that this was the most toxic shit I've ever been in my life.
But I mean, the thing is when people were pointed out of her stuff, she was explaining these things in a weird way where we had to get her to explain it properly because she was leaving out words that completely changed the meaning of what she's saying. Like she can't talk. And so